Music mix.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, listen, baby. Up in the place, I see you getting down. Can't help but look at you, got a crowd around you. Now you're the baddest thing I've seen tonight. So come on, girl, let's put it in flight. I've got the V12600 sitting outside at the door. So bring it on. By the way, your body's placeful, and that's a little something that a nigga craves for. Yeah. It's 3:15, girl, what's it gonna be? Shorty got eyes on me. We've been talking since 2, girl, what you gonna do? Tell them that you're riding with me. Bang, bang, bang.
Listen. You might as well call me R&B Blaze, but I'm telling you. It can get crazy, you know what I mean? I just keep it surface sometimes, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Listen, baby.
What up?
Up in the place, I see you getting down.
Welcome.
Crowd around you. Now you're the baddest thing I've seen tonight. So come on, girl, let's put it in flight. I've got the beat.
Shot to love on purpose.
600.
Always early on purpose.
Side at the door, so bring it on. By the way,
the R&B vibe tonight, you know what I mean?
And that's a little something that
a little quick run through, you know what I mean?
Yeah. 3:15, girl, what's it gonna be? Shorty got eyes on me.
Just where I'm at right now, you know?
Been talking since 2, girl, what you gonna do? Tell them that you're riding with me. It's 3:15, girl, what's it gonna be? Shorty got eyes on me. You've been talking since 2, girl, what you gonna do? I'll be chilling at the embassy, what? While watching you move, I start to fantasize about the way I'm gonna put it on that ass tonight. So come on and ride shotgun. I got the bubbles if you like it, we can pop some. I see me and you flossing in my coupe. Maybe we can peel back the roof and get it on. Did I see your body's placeful? I like the little thing around your navel, baby. It's 3:15, girl, what's it gonna be? Shorty got eyes on me. We've been talking since 2, girl, what you gonna do? Tell them that you're riding with me. It's 3:15, girl, what's it gonna be? Shorty got eyes on me. Since 2, girl, what you gonna do? I'll be chilling at the embassy.
Yeah, you listening to Super Slave, let's go.
Fire!
That's the one hand mix, you know what I mean? A little quick R&B vibe. Shout to the Matriarchs out there, you know what it is, man.
For anything that came between us, you were like my best friend. Talk to with me and my girl was having problems. You used to say it'll be okay, suggest little nice things I should do. And when I go home at night and lay my head down, all I seem to think about was you and how you make me wanna be the one I'm with. So a new relationship with you. Sorry, think about her and all the things that come along with you. Make me be the one I'm with. Oh, baby, relationship with you. This is what you do. Come on, I don't even know the things that come along with you. Make me.
No, baby, no, baby, no, baby.
Inside the campaign mix, you know what it is.
No, baby, no,
Don't forget each and every Thursday night. You know what it is, man. Inside the Crave Lounge, we got campaign Thursdays popping on each and every Thursday night. Oh, yes.
No, baby,
Take your love away from me. I'll go crazy.
problem, baby. I got mine. Let's just spend it all by putting it together. Yeah. When you say you love me, it don't mean nothing. If you can, you'd be there like you used to be. Yeah.
I'm searching for the words to make you realize that I really, really want you to stay. Oh, yeah. Tears of frustration I hold inside, but if you walk away, you make this grown man cry. Don't leave me, girl. No, please stay with me tonight. Don't leave me, girl. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Forget my pride, girl. I'm begging you. You're my heart, you're my soul. You got so much control.
My love runs deeper than the ocean and sea. But if you sail away, you take a centerpiece of me. Don't leave, no. Don't leave me, girl. Please stay with me tonight. Oh, please don't leave me, girl. Yeah, please stay with me tonight. Only time I drink
Yeah, you listen to Super Plays. Let's
when I wanna drink for it. And usually when I wear a suit, I leave with not one or two. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. You only live once, they told me. You can't be mad at me. I can just be G. Even though I got my own CD, maybe even on TV, there ain't no change in me. I can only be me. Though I might be on TV, cause I got my own CD. All you will ever see, same OG. I used to be the main one clubbing, but now I choose to stay at home. Most of my friends still thugging. This time the G's were wrong. I'm thinking about my future lately, whatever that may be. But now it's clear to me, I can just be G. Even though I got my own CD, maybe even on TV, there ain't no change in me. I can only be me. Though I might be on TV, cause I got my own CD. All you will ever see, same OG.
Hello, y'all. This is the Timberland coming to you one more again. You see, people say that we changing, but I think it's the people that are around us that are changing. You see, we ain't trying to hurt nobody. People trying to hurt us. But you know what? I'm just gonna keep being me. That's all I can do in this lifetime. Check it.
Day after day, I continue to be.
I continue to be.
Me, oh me,
Timothy.
that's all I can be.
That's all I can be, baby.
Oh, day after day,
Day after day.
I continue to be.
I can get the. Yeah, he's still that.
Same OG.
Don't matter who knows, I don't care who sees. Me thinking about you makes my life complete. And what I mean by that, my whole world changes. You make me feel things that I never felt. I wanna kiss you. Kissing you is all that I can take in love. Kissing you is good. Oh yeah, I wanna kiss you. kiss you. With my friends, I'm trying to figure out a way to leave them behind, just to give them back to you. Oh, be your best kept secret, and that's the way I like it. You're my pride and joy, boy, that's why I'm dreaming of you. I wanna kiss you, yeah, yeah. Pride and joy, you're my baby boy. People ask me how I feel about you. They ask me if I love you. Yeah, am I crazy for you? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I wanna kiss you.
Yeah, you listening to Super Blaze, let's go. DJ Super Blaze. It's in the mix.
Here we are face to face.
Bang, 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 bang,
bang, bang, bang. With the memories that can't be erased. Although we need each other, things have changed. It's not the same.
I heard you singing, ladies. I hear you singing.
Sometimes it makes me wonder.
Shout to Monica for real.
Where would I be if you hadn't discovered which I did inside me?
A little R&B vibe tonight, you know what I mean?
There was something
Before I turn it up a little bit.
could compare.
Come on.
Well, I never meant to cause you no pain. I just wanna go back to being the same. Well, I only wanna make things right before you walk out my life.
Come and talk to me. I really want to meet you, girl. I really want to know your name.
Yeah, you listening to Super Blaze, let's go.
Oh, come and talk to me. I really want to meet you, girl. I really want to know your name. Oh, yeah. You look so sexy. You really turn me on. Blow my mind every time I see your face, girl. You look so sexy. You really turn me on. Blow my mind every time I see your face, girl.
Yeah, you listening to Super Blaze, let's go.
Bang, 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 bang. I would like to get to know if I could be the kind of girl that you could be down for. 'Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me that you're the kind of guy that I should make a move on. And if I don't let you know, then I won't be for real. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. The more I see you, the more that it becomes so true. There ain't no other for me, it's only you. I want it down.
They said he was whining too much, so I just had to cut him off right quick.
It was Harlem at the Ruckers. I saw you with your man, smiling, a Coach bag in your hand. I was laying in the coupe with my hat turned back. We caught eyes.
Peace to Lady Sherry. What up, mama?
That. So I skated off as you strolled off, looking at them legs. Goddamn, they look so soft. I gotta take you from your man, that's my mission. If his lovers really got to handle competition, you only knew for 5 months. Besides, he drink too much and smoke too many. And I be working out every day thinking about you. Looking at my own eyes in the rear view. Catching flashbacks of our eye contact. Wish I could lay you on your stomach and caress your back. I would hold you in my arms and ease your fears. I can't believe it, I ain't had a crush in years. Hey, love.
Yeah, you listening to Super Blaze, let's go.
Told you I love you, that doesn't mean that I don't care. Ooh. And I tell you I need you, don't you think that I'll never be there? Ooh. Baby, I'm so tired of the way you turn my words into Understand me when I try to spin my mind. What I'm trying to say, I said, oh, Cupid, oh, doesn't matter. Yeah, what do you want? Give it a try, Cupid. Girl, Cupid alive. No, it's down. Give it a try. When I ask you to trust me, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna cheat on you. 'Cause I'm gonna never do anything to hurt you. I'm just leaving you. I love you. Baby, I'm so tired. Oh, yeah. Turn my words into deception. You misunderstand me when I try to speak. I said my heart.
Yeah, you listening to Super Blade. Let's go.
One of them things. Don't take it personal. Just wanna be all alone. Take my treatment. Wanna take some time out to think things through. I know it always feels like I'm doing you wrong, but I'm so in love with you. So understand that I'm only in love, you're the only one I need. So have no thought that I want to leave, and baby trust me please. One of them things that a girl goes through when I'm angry inside. Don't wanna take it out on you. Just one of them things. Don't take it personal. Just wanna be all alone. You think I treat you? Don't take it personal. Baby, 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 baby.
That's right.
Yeah, you listening to Super Blade.
Lyrically,
See, my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you. I know my heart can't take no more. I keep on running back to you. See, my days are cold without you, and I'm hurting while I'm with you. I know my heart can't take no more. I keep on running.
lyrically, First things first, I pop freaks all the honeys, dummies, playboy bunnies, those wanting money. Those the ones I like cause they don't get Nathan but penetration. Unless it smells like sanitation. Garbage I turn like doorknobs. Heartthrob never, black and ugly as ever. However, I stay Gucci down to the socks. Rings and watch filled with rocks. And my jam knocked in your Mitsubishi. Girls pee-pee when they see me. Navajos creep me in they teepee. As I lay down laws like Island Coppet. Stop it. If you think they're gonna make a profit, don't see my ones, don't see my guns. Get it? Now tell your friends Papa hit it, then split it in two as I flow with the junior.
No, for real. All I'm gonna say, hold on. I'm gonna pull that shit up one more time. All I'm gonna say is, what the fuck is a monkeypox? What's a monkeypox, bro? What is that?
What?
Monkeypox, bro?
That's right. That's right.
I'm done. I'm dead ass done right now. Like,
What? Lyrically,
you're gone too far, no bigs. Like, real talk. You know what I mean? Come on, son.
I pop freaks all the honeys, dummies, playboy bunnies, those wanting money. Those the ones I like cause they don't get Nathan but penetration. Unless it smells like sanitation. Garbage I turn like doorknobs. Heartthrob never, black and ugly as ever. However, I stay Gucci down to the socks. Rings and watch filled with rocks. And my jam knocked in your Mitsubishi. Girls pee-pee when they see me. Navajos creep me in they teepee. As I lay down laws like Island Coppet. Stop it. If you think they're gonna make a profit, don't see my ones, don't see my guns, get it? Now tell your friends Papa hit it, then split it in two as I flow with the Junior Mafia. I don't know what the hell's stopping ya. I'm clocking ya, Versace shade watching ya. Once you grin, I'm in, game begin. First I talk about how I dress is this and diamond necklaces, stretch Lexus is the sex is just immaculate. From the back I get deeper and deeper, help you reach the climax that you
Rest in peace, Christopher Wallace.
tell them you be home real late and sing the break.
Shout to the Wallace family, you know what I mean?
I got that good
All the way from Brooklyn to
Hello?
Trelawney, you know what I mean? Shout to the Fergusons on the same hill, you know what I mean? Shout to the Nobles on the same hill.
Oh, girl, you didn't know.
Wallace, Noble, Ferguson, you know what I mean?
Think of that song.
That's an inside thing right there.
Long. Thought he worked his until I handled my biz.
But there is, come on.
Major pain like David Wayne. Slow down dirty even like his brother Keenan scheming. Don't leave your girl around me. True player for real. Act Puff Dad G. You ringing bells with bags from Chanel.
Yo, Mac Big was in maroon.
In your Hyundai XL.
Straight lineage, bro.
CD change.
Can't hide that.
Sell.
That's a fact.
Meet me at 12. Where you at? Flipping job, playing car notes. While I'm swimming in your women like the breaststroke. Right stroke, left stroke, what's the best stroke? Death stroke, tongue all down the throat. Nothing left to do but send her home to you. I'm through. Can you sing the song for me, boo? I got that good love, girl, you didn't know.
See, my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you. And though my heart can't take no more, I keep on running back to you. See, my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you. And though my heart can't take no more, I keep on running back to you. See, my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you. And though my heart can't take no more, I keep on running back to you. Baby, I don't know why you're treating me so bad. You said you love me, no one above me, and I was all you had. And all my heart is beating for you, I can't stop crying. I don't know how I allow you to treat me this way, and still I stay. See, my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you. And though my heart can't take no more, I keep on running back to you. See, my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you.
All right, let's hit him with a little crossover real quick.
I keep on running back to you.
So whatever the hell was in my cup, the only reaction I did was got more popular, more successful.
Yeah, you
There's
listen
a
to
lot
Super
more
Plays.
things that I've ever done. I probably should pick that cup back up.
I'm sitting here looking at Keisha like, do you love me? Do you love me not? Damn, you hit the spot. Taste like candy, sweet like fruit, wet like water. Can I love you? Draw, feeling different every day. I need a dose. Every now and then I'm missing. I got my times when I go ghost, but she mine. I'm stamping her. Priority status, so other bitches mad at her. Too mad. Coming through 100,000, I spent that times two on you. Call myself when you lose, then I pop back up like Pickaboo. Here I go, flyer than most, Louis V. Gas station, coffee cup full, I don't drive boats. No money came by happiness, but she found love inside a G. Head and something to eat, that's all a thug nigga need. No lie, you get me higher than the prices of my weed. I'm displaying my feelings like I'm wearing them on my sleeves. 1 minute I'm done with you, the next one I be running back. Go your way, I go my way, but somehow we be still attached. Trying to find my answers with this cup, but ain't no truth in that. They be like I'm done for fucking with you, I spend stupid racks. I'm sitting here knowing I don't need you, pouring O's in the lid, sipping, chasing with my reef. Can't get my mind on Waukesha. Watch me put my heart in this cup. In my feelings, she my therapist. I'ma talk to this cup. I swear. Ring around the road, Z cup full of OZs. I hope I don't OD. She keeps saying pull me. Turn me to that purple demon emoji. Don't fuck me like you miss me. It's been a whole week. Love to make her heart cold as Minnesota. Hard to tell. I can't figure out her motive. It's the small things. Don't take much to win her over. Stack out summer cause her birthday in October. Got a nigga but get out of her body cause who I am. She fuck me with her eyes and bite her lips saying Zam. What really made me like her, she ain't do too much like Pam. One night she cooked for me, next day I'm blocked on Instagram. Damn, whoa. Let me find out that she did me like I do these hoes. Or committed to a boy, tryna play her role. Some go past, I ain't talk to her, I ain't seen her. Asked her how she been, she like on my side and I'm singers up. So you know I spent blocks from my shot, we do ops. When it's off, she get it rocked. We go fuck, they go shop. And I don't care about who had it before me, it's my go. They dropping salt like she a hoe, so she my hoe. If I violate first, no doubt she gon' violate worse. If it don't work out, I guess it just ain't our time. I'ma probably show you I'm solid first, and if the energy ain't right, I'ma show you how easy it is to cut ties. No more tries. Love to make her hard cold as Minnesota. Hard to tell, I can't figure out her motives. It's the small things, don't take much to win her over. Stack out summer cause her birthday in October. Love to make her hard cold as Minnesota. Hard to tell, I can't figure out her motives. It's the small things, don't take much to win her over. Stack out summer cause her birthday in October. I ain't saying you can't do what you wanna do. I just ain't going for it. She go from one nigga to the next one, moving around fast. Don't love her, do it. She just do that, think it make me mad. Stubborn, aggressive, possessive, and jealous is more than that. Telling me his sex ain't good as mine while I hit from the back. Sitting inside the car, this hoe just talking, think she selling me drink. I had to look twice, I seen my nigga number cross her screen. Last situation scarred her, so she moving off hurt. I can't save her, I got out of there, I ain't making nothing work. I'm an exit, ain't no second guessing, I be going off what I know. Can't fool me, talking about this your bestie, I be fucking on the low. I knew she sneaky and she freaky, I looked up her horoscope. It said, to be continued, this is a story about a Scorpio. Love to make her hard cold as Minnesota. Hard to tell, I can't figure out her motives. It's the small things, don't take much to win her over. Stack out summer cause her birthday in October. Love to make her hard cold as Minnesota. Hard to tell, I can't figure out her motives. It's the small things, don't take much to win her over. Stack out summer cause her birthday in October.
Yeah, you listening to Super Blaze, let's go.
Check. Yeah, man, we just talking about Campaign Thursdays, man. You know what I mean? The music right now, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you're local, man, pull up. You know what I mean? Pull up to us on you know what I'm saying, every Thursday night. We at Crave Lounge. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, tap in, man. I'm talking about, all the so-called conscious community, man. Fort Lauderdale. Pull up. Where y'all at? Let's have this conversation real quick, live in person. You know what I'm saying? The Autonomous Party, you know what I'm saying, through the campaign, you know what it is, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Wi-Fi Wednesdays, each and every Wednesday on Clubhouse. You know what it is, man. All right, back inside the mix, man. Super Blaze. Let's do this, man. Shout out to the chat. My eyes getting bad these days, man. I can't even see the chat. So small and everything, like I gotta squint to see it.
Let go. I know you know what you
A little different vibe tonight before we get to our zone, you know what I mean?
So good to me. I'll forever wait next to me.
Shout out to Annette Marie, what up? I squint my eyes and all that. You know what I'm talking about?
I forever want you next to me.
Let me put it over here real quick.
I'm getting to your
Bomb.
ecstasy.
Peace to Sherry. What up, mama? I see you.
What kind of woman you is? What man you like? Shit you like to do to make you fly.
What up, bro?
Baby, you sick, I'm feeling I need you in my life. Yo, people tripping my people.
Tanya Brown, what up?
To fly. We be going for some days. It's about to chase some paper. I be going for some days. I hope that you don't take this in the wrong kind of way. But baby,
Eastside Chris, what up, bro? What it do?
and you be fucking with bosses. Baby, come and be my girl. Life will be young and baby, come get in my world. Van hustling, city to city on the road chasing money. You should come chase it with me. Be fly like the kid. Baby, love that designer shit. She do hair, she lashes, all kind of shit. Hope you can keep it real, cause I'm fucking with you. But you stop playing games and we can do that B-O-N-I-G-G-A. So we can smoke weed and sip lean all day. Baby, come put that pussy on me. Stop licking cause she taking home me. She in Calabasas cooking for me. I love the way she wear her hair, lace fronts and all. I love the way she make them stare, do makeup and all. If you seen her in them drawers, you will see what I mean. Baby, I'ma keep it G, I need you on my team. Know you know what you do to me. I'm a fiend for your soul, so good to me. I'll forever wait next to me. I'ma beat it to your ecstasy.
Shorty a little body, shorty my whole thing.
And shorty got the fire. She really get the mood swings. Every time I fuck without a rubber, I nutted on the covers. And I kept it on the cover. It's on kiss and tell. Every time I fuck, she call me daddy. My little mama nasty. I see the pussy through the panties. She tastes like candy. She a queen like the fatigue. Oh, my little mama sing pretty. And we be shopping through the city. I gave the keys to the Bentley. Get off your knees, you don't gotta cry to me. I'm your best friend, baby, you don't gotta lie. I get you everything that you want and you need. From Chanel to Celine, it's on you to decide. Valentino, yeah, I put you in the best. So lifting up your dress, start kissing on your neck, start rubbing on your butt, start massaging your breasts. I ain't wanna give you a baby just yet, so I backed out and nutted on your breast. I put you in an Uber and sent you to your bed. The very next day, you sent me a text. You pulled up to the crib and did it again. Show your little body, shorty my little boo thing, and shorty got the fatty. Shorty be catching mood swings. Every time I fuck without a rubber, I nutted on the covers, and I kept it on the special. I take you on a shopping spree, cause I'm so into you. I'm so into you. I'm so into you. I'm so into you. What you like, what you wear? Say the name, say the price, put them diamonds on your head. Shining like a chandelier. What's your thoughts, what's your fears? Yeah, I need that real love. Talking Bobby and Whitney.
Check out the merch.
Worry about nothing as long as you with me.
Check out the merch.
That's why I keep it glizzy. Right around through my city. Fuck Cassandra, Kanisha.
YourTownHouseParty.com. You know what it is, man. Come on.
Fuck them hoses, I don't need them. All them bitches tree shit. Staying in the field, they on the bleachers. On your back, I started applying that lotion. So deep, I'ma go in. Pulling all on your sewing. I'm Pop Smoke, but you know all my governments. All that gangsta shit, you be loving it. She love how I'm thugging it. Shorty brown and petite, fly and discreet, a demon in the sheets. Mother was a lawyer, her father the police. They be working long hours, so she always had the free. She said I could come with her, figure hot up in the streets. I'm a gorilla in the jungle and a shark up in the sea. She like, Papa, you so fire, but get up out the streets. I'm like, baby, what you mean? What you mean? I think you are something special. I take you on a shopping spree, cause I'm so into you. I'm so into you. I'm so into you. I'm so into you.
Started off poor with plans to own more. Now we own stores and fuck the baddest horse. I was on tour with niggas that's so raw. Started selling white, we won't sell it no more. Like fire!
A little crossover real quick. You know what this, man? Super Blaze inside the campaign mix. Each and every Sunday night right here, 8 to 9 p.m. About to get it started real quick, you know what I mean?
Started off poor with plans to own more. Now we
you know what it is, man. It's your autonomous parties, how we flow.
I was on tour with niggas.
It's a little different.
Raw. Started selling white, we won't sell it no more. Like Trump ain't feeling us. Cops still killing us. Niggas taking shots, can't stop me. They ain't real enough. Cut her off, act like she dead, and it's killing her. New Dawn, Hermes.
Had to play some music for the matriarchs tonight. You know what I mean? Make sure that.
Ooh, get them on me, try to crucify me like.
You know, always beat them in the head with our vibe. You know what I mean?
That road, move like a weirdo, on point like an arrow. We started off with zero. Now I'm seeing M's, diamonds like water, and they coming out the gym.
But I still gotta do what I do. You know what I mean?
If your head was the rim, cause niggas wanna line me like a ship up in a trim down. Yeah, you listening to Super Blaze, let's go.
What we got popping tonight, man? You want to tap in for a hot little second?
Yeah, you listening to Super Blaze.
Pull up. Testing.
Are we live? Are we live? You did. For the campaign, we doing our damn thing. Shout out I Talk Greg, got that from him. He said it. See, I'm borrowing that I Talk. Shout out to I Talk Greg. Campaign Thursdays, that's right. Shout out to Blaze. Shout out to Music Media Lounge. Off top, you already know what it is. Man, again, belated. I gave it to you last week, God Green. Give it to you again one more time. You're my brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's y'all season. It's y'all season right now. I gotta give Tars y'all. I'm gonna have to give it to you. You in and out that fast though. I wanted to say some shit to you real quick.
Went down. He tried to tarnish our, you know what I'm saying?
Don't be mad.
Tarnish our shit.
Don't listen, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. Be fortunate. Be grateful. You know what I'm saying? Because you got monkeypox. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of stuff going on out there, man.
We gonna get that to the Gemini though.
Get the monkey business. Either way though, we're gonna come right back after this. We're gonna go straight into some convo with some stuff. You already know what it is tonight. Our special guest who's been with us on a series dealing with his book, information covering one side of this conversation of history. And tonight, we're gonna go into that Negro Questions Part 7. You see the flyer that we did for this joint is blue, because usually we keep it white, you know what I mean, with our colors of the maroon, black, and white colors for most of the joints you see, but we decided to go with the blue, you know what I mean, because ain't nothing wrong with the blue. I love blue too. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to all maroons out there. You already know what it is. It's Maroon Mayhem, by the way, too. We still in May, even though your season part's done. So I guess they get a little piece of that May too. Y'all have to share the month of May. Yeah, y'all zodiac signs gonna have to share the month of May. Y'all both gonna get it evenly. It's this week and next week. Mayhem. You did. This is part 3 tonight. We're gonna kind of tie some things together because this time frame for this book, by the way, this book is Negro Questions Part 7. The new Cummings is covered. Swarthy Memoirs. Excuse me again. Swarthy Memoirs of a Black American Revolution, 1775 to 1783. We're gonna touch bases. So tap in with us. It's your boy Mac 8 to be right back. Thriller.
Yeah, you listening to Super Blaze, let's go. Started off poor with plans to own more. Now we own stores and fuck the baddest horse. I was on tour with niggas that so raw. Started selling white, we won't sell it no more. Like Trump ain't feeling us, cops still killing us. Niggas taking shots, can't stop me. They ain't real enough. Cut her off, act like he dead, and it's killing her. New Dawn, Hermes Beast. I left the ceiling up just to kill him softly. Ooh, get him on me. Try to crucify me like I'm Jesus. The way she crossed me, I'm too bossy and too thorough. To move like a weirdo, on point like an arrow. We started off with 0. Now I'm seeing M's. Diamonds like water and they jumping out the gym. Shooting like Harden if your head was the rim. Cause niggas wanna line me like a ship up in a trim down. Back when I was broke, they was cool with it. Now every move I make, I'm in the news with it. Even if I ain't do it, they be like, you did it. My teacher always used to tell me, you gon' lose, nigga. That's why I never went to school, nigga. And why I'm rapping like I got something to prove, nigga. Went and bought the mansion with the pool in it. Billy with the stab, I get a 2 with it. Move with it, cause these niggas wanna take my life. No weapon form against me every time I pray at night. Scooping thotties in the phantom, that's the way of life. And make them fuck their best friends like that was dice. Reaching for the Glock every time I play the light. I'm on 12 o'clock every time I play them bikes. I'm with the pack, getting back, yeah. Spitting dope, nigga, selling smack, gang. I'm getting chips off music like rap snacks, yeah. Timidly cash off Africa, that's a fact. Money, power, respect, eating brothers on a jet. I know these niggas upset, they ain't see me fall yet. When's the love? They wanna see me fall. Now we sell my soul. More shit that they ain't seen before. Dream chasing all my goals. And I don't need these hoes. I'm getting money, me and all my woes. Play with me, you know it's all I want. The young niggas going all out for. Bloggers in a frenzy. Truck to the Bentley. Ain't doing no interviews, I'm busy, nigga, we litty. So when you see me out, don't ask me about no Nicky. Fuck, I look like telling my business on Wendy. Niggas gossip like queens. We been serving fiends. 40 bust your windows out. Jasmine Sullivan. They told them pop mollies. I told them to be kings. Sipping 1942 like it's lean. I done seen all these niggas try to downplay my dreams. So I'ma give it to them every time I'm on the scene. Pull up ghost. Rafe when you see me. Some suckers wanna be me and some suckers wanna leave me. I know it. I go through it, don't show it. I told niggas who wrote it ain't taking back what I quoted. Started out with a quota. Flip that to a half, turn that to an ounce. I got some shit in the stash. Nigga said that he gon' rob me, put a brick on his ass. Now every killer in my city tryna look for his ass. And one thing about Meek Millie, I'ma get to a bag. Had to starve all day just to get to it fast. Like Ramadan, told kids like it's Palestine. Real niggas in my IBMs, bottom line. Ever since I met Ross, it's on the dotted line. I gave my mama 10,000 at least 1,000 times. Do the math on it. They wanna see me fall, and I will never sell my soul. I'm on some shit that they ain't seen before. Dream chasing, catching all my goals. And I don't need these hoes. I'm getting money, me and all my woes. Play with me, you know it's all I want.
No wonder why you don't get this. No, you ain't cross your T's and you ain't dot your I's. We got some unfinished business. Nigga. No wonder why you don't get this. No, you ain't cross your T's and you ain't dot your I's. We got some unfinished business. Nigga. No wonder why you don't get this. No, you ain't cross your T's and you ain't dot your I's. We got some unfinished business. Nigga. Fire!
Yeah, you listening to Super Plays, let's go.
No wonder why you don't get this. No, you ain't cross your T's and you ain't dot your I's. We got some unfinished business. Nigga. No wonder why you don't get this. No, you ain't cross your T's and you ain't dot your I's. We got some unfinished business. Nigga. Now come and take a look through my perspective. School of hard knocks was struggling, was my elective. Shit was reckless, so I had to always cock the heckler. Put under pressure, so that's why the shells were projected. My mind protected, I stay focused, boy, if you ain't noticed. When it come to my thoughts, I'm an S63, you just a Lotus. Your brain small and compacted. That's why you contracted to a big ass record label where the pay's lacking.
Yeah, you listening to Super Plays, let's go.
Fire! No wonder why you don't get this. No, you ain't cross your T's and you ain't dot your I's. We got some unfinished business. Nigga. No wonder why you don't get this. No, you ain't cross your T's and you ain't dot your I's. We got some unfinished business. Nigga. Now come and take a look through my perspective. School of hard knocks was struggling, was my elective. Shit was reckless, so I had to always cock the heckler. Put under pressure, so that's why the shells were projected. My mind protected, I stay focused, boy, if you ain't noticed. When it come to my thoughts, I'm an S63, you just a Lotus. Your brain small and compacted. That's why you contracted to a big ass record label where the pay's lacking. But you ain't know that, too late to go back. I'm at the end of Roy G. Biv, where to go at. I paint the picture, you can keep the Kodak. My cherry hit a waste, I think it's time for me to go back. Back to the round building with the green beans. Trying to build my mind to see what the Almighty seeing. Thought you come to life, so ain't no way that you can play it. I'm turning in my black fez for the Uranus. No wonder why you don't get this. No, you ain't cross your T's and you ain't got your I's. We got some unfinished business. No wonder why you don't get this. No, you ain't cross your T's and you ain't got your I's. We got some unfinished business.
Try so hard to keep it blind, but thank God I can see the light. Wanna keep me in the dark, but now you can see me shining bright.
Now come and take a look through my dimension. A young God, I just came down from my ascension. Protect the 12 tribes, guessing I just lost prevention. The type of things I'm seeing, guessing that I shouldn't mention. If I don't talk, then I'll be leaving you up in the dark. Hate shaking up and saying that they use the heart. I'm thinking, what's the motive killing parts of mankind? The type of shit that make me blow up like a landmine. So I collect my thoughts and build it with supreme beings. Trying to build my mind to see what the Almighty seeing. The dark should come to light, so ain't no way that you can play us. I'm turning in my black fez for the Uranus. No wonder why you don't get this. But you ain't cross your T's and you ain't dot your I's. We got some unfinished business. Nigga. No wonder why you don't get this. No, you ain't cross your T's and you ain't dot your I's. We got some unfinished business. Nigga.
Yeah, you listening to Super Plays, let's go.
the original. Evil bastard, cutthroat warmonger, backstabber, betray your own mother. You double tongue, double talk, cause you two-faced it. You 666 with a hiss like Satan. The original, evil bastard, cutthroat warmonger, backstabber, betray your own mother. You double tongue, double talk, cause you two-faced it. You 666 with a hiss like Satan. No good snake, you only speak lies. Slime bucket scum of the universe, your eyes reveal that you had no soul and expose your true colors. I see you from 3 million miles away. You use a sneaky motherfucker, but you can't fool me. You not my bro, you not my sis. The devil doesn't have a skin color or complexion, so you not my brother, you not my sister. Yeah, your skin might be brown, but I know that you down with about 2 billion demons. Listen, stay the fuck away from me or get killed for treason. The original evil bastard, cutthroat warmonger, backstabber, betray your own mother. You double tongue, double talk, cause you two-faced it. You 666 with a hiss like Satan.
This shit speaks for itself, man. I ain't gotta say nothing.
Only speak lies. Slime bucket scum of the universe, your eyes reveal that you had no soul and expose your true colors. I see you from 3 million miles away. You use a sneaky motherfucker, but you can't fool me. You not my bro, you not my sis. The devil doesn't have a skin color or complexion, so you not my brother, you not my sister. Yeah, your skin might be brown, but I know that you down with about 2 days. Listen, stay the fuck away from me or get killed for treason against the Most High. You might got these other people scared of you, but that shit don't fly. But here, we laugh at you, but it's not a joke. Cause people need to know about the black devil. Yeah, the real outcast. Your time is up, it's not the end of the world, it's the age of Aquarius. You's a deceiver, you got the whole world confused in the days like some rats in the maze. You's a shapeshifter, I don't care if you the Pope, the President or Prime Minister. King, queen, prince or princess. You just frontin' for the public and you frontin' for the press. But behind closed doors, what really goes on is ritualistic, cannibalistic, sadistic, masochistic, some real sick shit. The most wicked there is that ever lived. Under the sun, the infamous Daywalker. The movie Blade's just metaphorical. Yes, the greatest trick that the devil ever pulled is convincing the world the devil don't exist. People have no clue. They looking for a red man with a pitchfork, but that's just not true. Some say it's the white man, but yo, I'm here to let you know you ain't know about the black devil. Yeah, yo, peace, God. Today's mathematics, God. Science, man.
What's today's mathematics?
Knowledge equality of all people, even though physically we not all equal.
Yeah. The Autonomous Party, you already know what it is. It's your boy Mac 8, the Blaze campaign mix each and every Sunday, 8 to 9 o'clock right here. Tap in with us. Pull me up to the screen real quick before we go in. So you see what's on the screen, though, as I'm about to get pulled up, right? But he's on the big screen. His birthday was the day after yours, God. So we had to salute the man, you feel me? Out of all things that, you know, you could point out about the great thing this man was doing on having liberation of his people and his way of doing it. And everybody got their way about going about getting their liberation and freedoms, and they policing how they go about doing it too. We ain't here to count on that. But at the same time, he did mention this part that does relate to the Aboriginal, you know what I mean? The people that descend from the original inhabitants of the Americas before European colonies got here. And there was a lot of wars fought, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of wars fought, and that caused this situation that we're talking about tonight. You know what I mean? A lot of people involved. I think that his school books, I think they know that they can't give you all this, and I ain't giving them no credit for nothing either. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is they ain't holding the weight to what really historically took place. In some cases, goddamn it, they just really whitewashed a lot of shit. But at the same time, I mean, knowing that, I could tell you that, you know, we're gonna keep it real tonight about this conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's some things, we got some sources, we got some, you know how we come the autonomous party, you know, we come ready for the situation. No smoke being dodged, you heard me? Just to let you know about the Black Devil. Real talk. That was a deep joint. You dropped that joint, Blaze. That was very, yeah. I gotta get my headphones on. See, that's how I'm so caught up in the moment of the song. The song kind of had me, got my spirits up. You know what I'm saying? A certain way. You know what I mean? Like having the band play before football team get on the field. You're ready for it. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully I ain't got to come back in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back in. We'll be right back. Play one more song. We're gonna pull up.
Put me back in. Put me back in, coach. Let me what's my name again? I can't remember that shit. Fuck.
Swear we gon' die every day. Swear we gon' die every day. They said Jesus gon' save us. Well, I know we die if we wait. I know we die if he can't. They tell us we black, but we ain't. Aboriginal, native, yeah, we gon' die every day. Cause we don't know where we came. We been here, lived here, open borders, got deported, fought for rights. Kidnapped, bitch slapped, blacked out, covered up, washed white. Drugged up, slugged up, beat bread, left for dead, fuck your life. It's all a plan, kill your man, take your land, slave your kids, rape your wife. Why y'all look so mad if all this shit I say is true? Why y'all look so mad if all this shit happened to you? White man quick to tell you, you was a slave, nothing before. But he himself only been free since 1840. On recording, I'm an ancient Egyptian from Atlantis, headed straight for Canada, that's Israel. Nothing fake about me, no capping, rapping, I just fed the ink and I'm digital. No caveman, I'm original. Kentucky fried, extra crispy, wear a lot of gold, cause my family history. I'm the guy to know, I bring death to history. Swear we gon' die every day. They said Jesus gon' save us. Well, I know we die if we wait. I know we die if he can't. They tell us we black, but we ain't. Aboriginal, native, yeah, we gon' die.
That's right. That's what they saying. It's a war going on. It's a good war going on. But once again, our guest tonight is the author of this book, Negro Question Series. This has happened to be the part 7. This is one of the ones, though, we're going to have to do a couple parts, you know what I mean, of this series, of this book alone. But this man went in on this book. Is our guest with us? Pull up, man. Let's talk to the man of the hour.
Here we go.
Here we go. What's up, man?
Great, man. You know, trying to stay out the way.
Oh, man. Stay out the way is not the word.
Hey, man, I'm trying to stay out the way, man. I'm in Chicago. It's a war zone.
It's wild up there? It's a war zone.
Man. Yeah, so it's a war zone, man.
Chicago, I know, because that culture up there, as far as present time with the music and the culture, the gangs and everything, since you said that you were in Chicago, so before we get into this book, since you said war zone, because we're about to talk about war, you know what I mean?
Right.
Revolutionary wars, but how do you feel about today's war zone that you just spoke of in your local area, in your city, and where you're from?
Hey, man, you know, it's a lack of, the Bible says the people perish for lack of knowledge, and that's what you're seeing in the streets of Chicago, probably down. I look at the news around the nation, down in Florida. Everybody want, I got to say it. Everybody want to be a gangster until they get shot. It's happening all around the country, you know.
Real talk.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real now. That's real now. I mean, another thing before we go into the book, you know what I'm saying? I want to address this because this became something of conversation this week amongst me and my peoples. Because we knew we was coming to you this week, so you know how we get prepared, right?
Right.
So I want to go back to something. So for those who might not, is the first time watching this series, whatever. Do you remember when I first met you and you put me on to the introduction that was taken out of the Bible?
Yeah, I did. You didn't believe me.
Oh man,
you was real skeptical, right?
I was just skeptical. Like, what you mean, man?
You know what you
I mean,
said,
they took
but
an
you was thinking,
introduction out.
you was thinking, here goes another one.
Nah, you hit me in the head with that one. I had to call you back. You
Right,
said, call
right.
me back. You said, call me back after you looked that up. So you proved right. You know what I mean? And it's crazy that people don't know. Got a little feedback. Okay. It's crazy that people don't know that, you know what I'm saying, this situation is the way it is. Like how people don't know that the introduction was taken out of that book.
Hey man, Big Mama don't know. The pastor of the church don't know. These guys go to church every day, jump up and down, sing, run in a circle. They have revivals, Sunday school, Bible study on Wednesday. And wait a minute, they open up that King James Bible and don't even know that probably one of the most important parts of that book is missing.
You know, even with being that, you know, because I ain't knocking, this is an unbiased conversation, you know, this is a historical conversation. So, and in reference to even people that have different denominations or faiths of the Abrahamic bloodline religion, right?
Right.
Hebrew Israelite being one, or Hebrews, Jew, Black Jews, whatever. When it comes to why do they not, like, they still use the King James Bible? When I see them on the corner, they're not using the Torah. You see what I'm saying?
But the
They're not
Torah is
using.
but the Torah is part of the King James. The first 5. See, the Torah ain't nothing.
Right, Old Testament.
Oh, it's just the first 5 books of the Bible. So
Right.
the King James contains the first 5 books of the Bible.
I want people to know though, but see, because my grandma even used to be back in the day, say we don't get caught up in the New Testament. We did with the Old Testament, son. You feel me? So I can understand that the Old Testament was more prevalent to our ancestors
But when does the New Testament end? Now, when does the Old Testament end?
That's the question that I really want you to answer, because I know you into this.
Wait,
Go
did
ahead.
your grandmother say she don't read the New Testament?
My grandma said she dealt with the laws of the Old Testament because the laws were in the Old Testament.
But check this out. Tell her.
She's not alive. I can't tell her right now unless she's listening.
Well, okay,
but you know,
we respect the dead. But no, I say that because you know you got a lot of people, you got a lot of rappers now that rap about the dead. They say real ugly things about them. And you got this brother, I forget this brother's name, that just died. Women came out and said horrible things about the Bible says, "Speak not evil of the dead." But let's leave there and get back to the point.
Kevin Samuels, by the way, I know who you're talking about. Go ahead though.
Yeah, but that being the New Testament, people think that the New Testament begins with the book of Matthew.
Right.
It does not begin with the book of Matthew. The New Testament, the Apostle Paul said, you cannot have a testament without the death of the testator. That means his will. The will don't go in force until the testator, or the person who wrote the will, dies. So when did the New Testament begin? It began when Yeshua or Jesus died on the cross. And the moment he died on the cross, there's another important factor. They were still offering up animal sacrifices as long as he walked the earth. So the New Testament cannot, as long as you're under the law of sacrifices, you're still under what they call the Old Testament. The New Testament began when he died on the cross. The New Testament technically begins in the book of Acts. So Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John should have been included in the Old Testament books. I say that all the time.
Okay, I'm glad you gave that to the people.
Yeah.
Because that need to be cleared up too. But see, now the fact that as you just added that part for some of those that might not know that, right? The introduction, though, the first page, which sets precedent on the time frame of the person we would call King James, dealing with this book and a real understanding of what he's dealing with, you know what I'm saying, is basically a will and testament of what he was leaving in place for his lands and his property and his subjects to follow the laws of. Would you agree with that?
Yeah,
just
a sidebar to Sister Bree. Yeah, that's correct. The Pentateuch in the in the first 5 books of the Old Testament, the Torah is all one and the same. And Torah is a Hebrew word that you can find in the Samaritan Pentateuch, and Torah means law. And so, but it's not Torah. It's like TAR WAH, something to that effect. But anyway, but just to answer that sister. But back to the brother.
By the way, Shout her out, by the way, because Lee Cummings, she won the book. She won
Oh, hey, well, hey,
your giveaway.
congratulations. Okay,
Yeah.
congratulations, Sister
Yeah,
Bree.
matter of fact, I got to shout her out. She did win the raffle
Okay,
all the way in California.
point.
And now she got your book. She got your Negro Questions Paleo Hebrew Dictionary. She be in your class soon. She been reading now. She been
All right,
so that's why she might ask you some questions.
Hey man, you know what? Hey man, there's some exciting. I'm gonna tell you something. These are some exciting times, and the creator is he's given more and more insight. But to get back to the introduction to the King James Bible, it is one of the greatest missing documents, series of pages that you didn't know about if you out there with the sound of our voice, because in that introduction from the 1611 King James Bible, King James and his translators explicitly let you know that that church, the Catholic Church, was their enemy, and that church was the enemy of the people. And that's just the way it is. And I believe that's the reason why those pages have been taken out of your book. So it also proves that King James was not a Catholic.
Thank you. That's real talk. Now look, let's go into it. So now I'm glad you broke that down for the people to understand that part. I wanted to just make that clear, make sure that came out the way it needed to be come out for those who's tapped into us tonight, who might tap in with us later. You know what I mean? Because we was spending some speculation about, this introduction. I want people to get clear from you. You did, because you put me onto it. I don't take credit where I don't know. Some people like to do that because of hype. You know what I mean? I got it from you. I keep it real. I know a lot of things, but I didn't know that. There's a lot of things I don't know at the same damn time. So I'm gonna be humble about that.
We all still learning. You learn till
exactly.
you die. Yeah.
That's a fact. Now, Lee, this book right here that you got right here is heavy. Now I want to go into this book. Can I pull up a picture real quick though? Can we put a perspective? I'm gonna pull up a picture for you of a people that because it's Maroon Mayhem in the month of May. And when you allowed me to say, okay, Mac, this is the date, and I can go into this book on the 22. Hey, by the way, isn't there like 22 letters in the original alphabet? Is it 22? How many letters is it?
It's 26 in the English alphabet. It was 22 in the ancient Hebrew alphabet.
Yeah, that part. So on the 22, we hear that. You know what I'm saying? Doing this situation, all kind of correlations. You know what I mean? Jay-Z said 22 twos. I'm just dropping my 22.
Picture? Where you get that picture from?
Oh, man, I'll be doing my thing now,
That's
Lee.
tight, man.
But you know about that right there, man.
Oh, that's supposed to be a English soldier, right?
Yes, sir.
But he's not English. You know what? He's not English.
A British
he's
soldier.
He's not British.
Who is he, Lee?
He's German. That's the black German. See, that's the secret. That's the secret of the 13. I'll call them the 13 black colonies. The secret, one of the great secrets of the 13 black colonies that they won't teach in their history classes, is that the British hired a mercenary, the black German mercenaries. They were called the Hessians, Hessian. If you're out there under the sound of my voice, Google that right quick. They were called the Hessians. And the Hessians occupied the 13 colonies. These black German troops that was trying to put the revolt down occupied the 13 colonies up to 8 years. They were being policed by these black Germans. If you don't believe that the Germans at that particular time was black, go back and read Benjamin Franklin's essay, 1751, where he says the Germans were swarthy. They was black, man.
Indeed. Now,
and
see, the reason why
when you look at history, because the English, they trying to whitewash history, they don't even tell you that the soldiers that was putting down the revolt were Germans. You didn't even know they was Germans. You saw the cat with the red suit on with the X. Hey, man, who is this guy? He's a Brit. No, he ain't. He was hired by King George. Hired who? They were from Hanover, Germany. But why would he hire the Germans? What was King George? Was he?
No, Lee, can I put something in here? What you're breaking down? Because see, you're breaking down very detailed, and I want to bring it back to the fact that in this document where is attached to this picture, as soon as you saw the picture, I didn't have to show no words.
What it is, right?
Right, you knew exactly what it was. So we didn't even get to the book part that's going to break down who that you're saying this person is, right? Because in the book,
man. That's a black German.
you talk about the Hessians in the book.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Now on this source, and they're going to say, as a matter of fact, you can see it at the top. It says MERIKIN. That's for everybody in the chat. Go ahead and Google that. You did. Now, American. See, it's like it's another way of saying variation of American. But these American soldiers in this collection guide are the ones who were in this time frame, like you just broke down, of this book, and how some of them ran away.
I thought the red coats were the English, right?
The red coats were the ones that we call Brit. Yeah, they were fighting with the British.
Right, so this brother right here is a red coat, right?
Okay, right, correct.
He's a German.
He was exactly. So now, when you point that out, though, they're labeling them in history as Americans. They
have to. You know what, man? Listen.
Also, African runaways, though, too. Because
but think about this, man.
Go ahead.
Think about this. 250,000 free Negroes fought in the American in the Civil War.
Right, the Revolution.
The North against the South, or the Revolution.
Wait,
right?
the Civil War or the American Revolution? This right here.
The Civil War.
All right, that's later on.
North against the South, right?
Okay, that part. That's
now
later
check
on,
this
right?
number. Check the number out. 250,000 free Negroes fought in the Civil War. So if you give each one of them a wife and maybe 4 or 5 kids, you got over 1 million free Negroes in the North. But the question that nobody asked was, when the war ended, where did those 250,000 free Negroes go? Did they go to the South or did they go back to the North? They had to go back to the North. So what happened to them and what happened to their history? It's been merged together with the history of the Southern slave. So
say it again.
It's been the free Negroes history and
free Negro people
and the free indigenous people history has been merged together with the slave history of the South to have one history. So the free Negroes history has been obliterated.
Oh, thank you for breaking that down. I like how you did that very simple though, because we didn't even get into the details yet tonight. But you understand where our conversation is going. See, we're showing sources, and we know that. Like I showed that last picture, and just that last picture though, it literally has a connection to, like I said, these people. Hold on, look at this.
You got some good artifacts. I like your pieces. You got some decent pieces, man.
Man, don't be playing around, Lee. I come prepared for you, brother. You an author.
Nice
I can't play around with you.
You got the little drummer. You put some work in, huh? Okay.
Yeah, man, listen. I can't be playing around with you.
Who's this guy?
You know what I'm saying? Don't tell nobody.
That's right. That black German Hessian soldier. Now, see, we got some lazy people in the black community. These ministers and all these other people and these so-called scholars, they're not doing their research. If you do your research and you can tie the dots, if you don't believe me, believe the American, #1 American, Benjamin Franklin. He said they was black.
Now, boo, wait, look, because you love that joint. I like how you go straight to it, because that's a fact. It can't go around that shit.
They can't get around it.
You can't get around it. Swarthy word. You know, some people will say it's hair, or some people like to say this that it was hair. Or it was no.
We got
let me tell you something though.
Too, but go ahead.
All right, so that same picture I just showed you, not the second one, but the first one for everybody that's listening, is going to a National Archives of Trinidad Tobago. Okay, that's where the source for that picture, the first one with the soldier, and it literally says, just to give everybody a little context before we go into the book, because my next questions are coming out that your book now, is the Americans comprise a group of over 700 immigrants who came to settle in Trinidad from 1815. They formerly enslaved African Americans were among those who joined the ranks of the British Naval Service as colonial Marines in the War of 1812 against the United States. This is at the end of the war. The men of the colonial Marines were sent to Bermuda, where they were involved in manning the garrison and continued construction of the Royal Naval Dockyard.
It's a lot.
Whilst, all right, now, listen, I'm showing you.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But they're saying these people, right?
Yeah.
These people that sided with the British.
That's the narrative. That's the
that
narrative.
they were sent to the Bermudas. Well, in some cases, actually, though.
But
you know, so interesting enough.
The narrative is that these runaway alleged Maroons or black people, the indigenous people, hooked up with the British. First they said, oh, well, you know what? The black Indians hooked up with the French. And then some of the black Indians hooked up with the British. And then they was fighting these wars and they was siding with different parties. That's not, but they didn't depict them and they didn't say they were black. They were
right. That's the problem.
White Indians. So
right,
the indigenous people took sides. But the truth of the matter is that them people that came off them boats, we got a ship's manifest that proves that. When they got off the boat, they was black. When they came out of Europe, they were already black.
Facts.
They didn't, right. These weren't no runaways. These were mercenaries. These were the German, Hessian mercenaries. They was getting paid to fight.
No, but now you see, we've been talking about the Germans, and you pointed out that picture and everything earlier. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm going to your book real quick, and I want to get back because last time I had you on here, and I've been breaking down a lot dealing with this term. You know what I mean? A Frenchie that I've been dealing with, and because of your sources. And because of how I do my own research, I don't just listen to anybody. Anyways, I gotta make sure you on point and do my own shit. You heard? So in the situation, what you had in here were lined up also with some things that like hit me. I was like, oh, remember last time we was on here? I asked you about those people called the Basque. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And how those Basque were people that came to Americas and stuff like that. Right.
Right.
Now. You have on page 60, all right?
Right.
On page 60 of your book, I went straight there first. And it says, in the picture, just so everybody knows I ain't fronting. Look, I'll show it this way, because I'm in a book. I'm in a real, hold on, get a better picture. There you go. All right. In this book, Memoirs, the Duke of St. Simon, the court.
Hey, that's Duke.
Okay, I know it says DUC, but I'm you see my pronunciation. Okay, I say I like. Thank you, bro.
That's okay,
Duke,
buddy. It's gonna be okay.
Duke is better for me.
Duke of Earl.
Duke is better for me.
All right, man.
Duck ass niggas. I ain't got time for them. Let's stop playing.
Hey, forget about it.
No,
it's a
fugazi.
It's a fugazi. Go ahead.
No, for real though.
Right,
hey, for real though. All right, but it says the court of Versailles, and this is /Basque. All right, look for anybody. Let me see if I can get that. Right. It's not gonna get it. I can't, man. Anyways, we're gonna have to take. We got to get the book. But it says /Basque, BASQUE, and this is talking about the French because this is the entire court was tawny, with the exception of a few whites. I think that the word tawny, brown skinned, was a medieval word for mulatto or half breed. The Hebrew word for tall means two, and thus the word tawny implies two races combined. Thomas Jefferson said, I saw 60,000 Frenchmen of all colors storming Bastille, French court. Then you have in bold, Tawny Brown. You know, my last name Brown, you playing with me now, right? Now look, it says the inhabitants of Britain belong to very different races. Britain was inhabited by the Basque from ancient times, and they called themselves Roman citizens. In their books, they were called the Britons or Welsh. There are two types of Basque / Welsh. One is dark black and 5 feet 4 inches, and the other is tall and round-headed. The question was asked, who were these people on page 103 of our earliest ancestors by Professor Boyd Dawkins? That's your dog, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Right. Professor states that corpse remain of the Basque can be found in France, Ireland, Britain, Scotland, Germany, parentheses, Rhine, Mediterranean, Spain, Portugal, and all over Europe. I'm gonna let you expound on what I just read from your book. Is there anything else you want to add to this?
I'm taking notes on Lee Cummings right now.
Oh, yes, sir. That's exactly what you should be doing.
Because I haven't read my work in a minute, but check this out.
I'm reading it to you. Exactly. Let you know I read your shit.
According to the author, Lee Cummings, these remains or corpses of the black bass was found all over Europe. Now check this out.
Right.
The Gentiles, what we call Europeans, or what we call white Europeans, we call them Gentiles, the sons or the seed of Japhet or Yaphet in Hebrew. Now, these cats said there was no proof of a black presence in Europe. That's what they told us. They said that all blacks came from where? Africa. They even excluded America. When we know, according to the historians, the real historians like Benjamin Franklin, Professor Boyd Dawkins, what's that boy named? William Penn, they described the indigenous people as being black.
Right.
What I'm simply saying is the remains of the black bass, that's our proof right there. But if you out there and under the sound of my voice, I want you to Google Grimaldi Man, Grimaldi. They found the remains of Grimaldi Man. It is the oldest skeleton that was found in Europe, and it is that of a so-called black man. Tell me that's not deep. The oldest skeleton that was found in Europe is that of a black man, and his name, they gave him the name Grimaldi Man, Grimaldi. Listen, man, they done found.
Wait a second.
Go
Wait
ahead.
a second, Lee. Pause. We got somebody in the audience. Shout out to the chat. Helise Gates. It says, "Wow, this is awesome. My name is Helise. It's the German name, and also my great grandfather is German, and his wife, my great grandmother, is French and Jamaican."
But the reason to the sister, the reason your great grandmother in France and Jamaica is real simple. If you go back and read the real history books, and the real history book right now, whether you guys want to realize, is the Negro Question book series.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see that the Black Brits, the Black Scots, the Black Irish were deported to Jamaica and Barbados in 1643 by Thomas.
It's in your book.
By Thomas Cromwell. Hey man, I wrote the book.
Man, hold on. Let me get to the book. See, you skipping on me. I know. It's your book. You beat me to it now. I want to make sure I get my notes right.
And then we're going to come back. But she's right.
You
but
got
there's
it,
a reason.
I think that was a guide. I don't want to be rude.
I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be rude. Oh, wait. My cousin Henry Louis Gates knows this of our bloodline and knows this info.
But even if the genetics and
interesting
to Helen Gates, even if the bloodline, even if the genetic markers were off, the historical markers are accurate, just as accurate as a DNA test.
Right.
Because we have something called the eyewitness account, the boots that were on the ground at the time. Who you gonna believe? The historian in this generation that's 200 to 300 years removed, or the guy that was at the scene? Check. Hey, now keep the cameras rolling. I'm fast.
Go ahead. You running?
The guy on the scene said a guy got robbed. He said the police pulled up, showed up. They said, "Well, who robbed you?" He said, "Well, he had on a red hat, he had on blue shoes, and he had on some black pants, and he had a gun." Police run around the corner, find the guy, say, "Is this the guy?" He said, "That's the guy that robbed me." Who you gonna believe? Are you gonna believe the eyewitness, or are you gonna believe this modern historian who has been racially slanted in his education? I gotta go with the guy at the scene. He saw the thief.
Facts. Now you got another person. I want to keep reading to this because I want to bring up something in a second, but I want to read into this real quick. I'm getting some pieces of your book in here now for this conversation tonight. On the same page, 61, Riddles of Prehistoric Times, page 58. Author James Anderson. Okay, you ready? All right. So author James Anderson, 1911.
Right.
He says the Black Iberians in ancient times inhabited Western and Southern Europe, the northern part of Africa, and all parts reach from the Mediterranean Sea. It says the Basque in Spain and France. That's in bold. Then it comes down and says, we have two different European histories, confirming that the original people of France were a black people called the Iberians or the Basque. This is how you get to the bottom of a long-standing feud, not by arguing, but reviewing the available data. I used to hang out at a restaurant on West Side Chicago. Shout out to your city. Shout out to your city. This is briefly after that, right? Where black preachers would congregate. They would come together and talk about God, but they ended up arguing every day. Do you know why? These ministers never carried a Bible. If they had a Bible, it would have killed the arguments because they could have read the scriptures themselves. And I'm gonna leave it there. I just wanted to read that in context. I didn't want to stop in like in the middle of something, but that's something that I wanted people to hear that part. You know what I mean? Because I felt that I think that was very interesting. That again, the Basque and obviously you said Iberians, and I want to kind of get in your book to one other part real quick. Hold on, give me a second because I don't want you to answer because I think that was kind of precise there. I just wanted to read that to you. That was tough.
Those Iberians were Hebrews.
Yes, of course.
They were Hebrew.
I would agree completely with you, being that
it's a Hebrew term, and if you went through your vowel progression, you didn't know what you didn't know what Hebrewian, because
I can't argue that
because there is no I in Hebrew, so the letters I, E, and Y.
Eber. I got you. I already see what. Listen, brother. Linguistically, I am not going to argue about linguistics and things that go back to time because I see how it's working. Shout out to your dictionary. Your dictionary breaks that down as well and allows me to know because the Aramaic. Because I don't want to get off this time frame.
Coming out with part
too
2
far.
of that dictionary. It's gonna be better than part 1. Try that one.
Oh yeah, I know you're gonna have to come back. You're gonna have to. I know it's more to come.
Yeah,
I know you ain't done yet.
I
know you ain't done yet.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, man. This is a great time to be alive. Really
that's why I heard a lot of people say that recently, even though we going through all the bullshit right now. But people just got hold steady and stay fast and keep their head on a swivel and pay attention to what's going on right now.
I got a quick question for you. All this darkness that's in the world, it's only one country that light is coming out of right now. You know who that is? That's America. And it's not coming, and the light is not coming from Yale and Princeton and Harvard and Purdue and UCLA. The light that's coming out of America is coming from the ghetto right now.
So hold on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up something because yes, sir.
Ain't no light in the
sir.
world. There is no light in the world right now. The only light that the world has is coming from the ghettos.
Let me pull up something you said earlier, man.
Go ahead.
See, you inside your book, you know that you mentioned the Native Americans were black. You mentioned that and your book is about the American Revolution during the same time frame, 1775 to 1783. You know what I'm saying? And as you're describing who the Native American or who they would call Aboriginal American or American Indian, everybody got they favorite terms for indigenous people of America. However the case might be, it says here Native Americans and blacks fought on both sides during the American Revolution. That's a fact. It says Native Americans' participation began in the earliest days of the conflict when, in March of 1775, the Massachusetts Provincial Congress accepted an offer from Stockbridge Indians to form a company of Minutemen, armed soldiers, who promised to be ready in a minute to defend the colonies against the British. You see that? Hold on, scroll up. Hold on, I want to hear this part before I go into this. All right, now it says, in the face of war, the Continental Congress wrestled hard with trying issue of Anglo-Indian relations. It says Congress was well aware that a close relationship existed between Great Britain and some native groups, especially the powerful Six Nations, the Iroquois Confederacy, an association of 6 tribes, the Mohawk, Oneida, Odaga, Cayuga, Seneca, and Tuscarora. Boy, guy, you proud of me, huh? Let me tell you. And it says the first 5 of the tribes originated in the present-day New York. The Tuscarora came from North Carolina. Congress also knew that Native Americans had many grievances against the colonists. white settlers had threatened their people and stolen their land. If large numbers of Indians chose to side with the British, such as alliance could easily
That's
contribute.
all a lie, man.
Okay, but I'm throwing it out there because this is the
That's
sources
all
they
a
give
lie.
you in that time
Hey,
frame.
bro, that's
I want to
illogical.
throw it out there. I want to hear your
It don't even
perspective on this.
look. It's
That's why I'm giving
illogical.
it to you this way.
It's illogical. It don't even make sense.
Go ahead,
Right?
break it down.
Listen, at that time, the whites were not in power.
Right.
So it's all a lie. Who was in power at that time? The black Brits, the black Scots, the black Welsh, the black Irish. They were still in power. The whites didn't overrun England until 1800. The timeline is off. When King James went down into the land, they kicked it with the Indians.
Look, wait. But this is the thing. In my perspective, from rereading your information, you already confirmed that these indigenous people are black. Meaning
Well, the indigenous people
are dark-skinned people, brown.
Well, the black Indians at that time,
as you use it, right? Black Indians.
You have to read the original charters to get a clear picture of what took place. I don't read nothing that this modern historian writes because all of his history books are predicated on one thing: white power. So I get
that part.
So the ideas in his history, everything he writes, he wants to make it seem like he came into the land, he saw the white Indians, he beat them up, scalped him, took his land, ran off with his woman. That is not what happened. When the black Scots came here, they bought land from the Indians. They bought land. It's in the charters. And the Indians was cool with us. You know why? We look just like them. And there's a passage in the Swarthy Memoirs where the Indians, I have to find it, where the Indians requested that King James come over. And the primary reason that King James established the colonies was what? To teach Christianity, not Catholicism. But they were teaching them Hebrew, the Hebrew way of life, because King James was a Jacobite. He was a Hebrew, all of them. You don't believe it? We got a ship's manifest in that book that shows when the Jacobites are coming into the 13 colonies, and it gives an eyewitness description of them as being black men. William Penn, in that same book, describes the American Indian as being black from using bear. He said that they used to use bear oil.
Grease and shit. Yeah.
I want you to read that to the people. So we're not making this up. This ain't what the made up story is American history. If you don't believe nothing, look at what's happening in Russia and Ukraine right now, and look at the narrative. Russia is destroying the Ukraine, but the narrative in the American news is the Ukrainians shot an airplane down. The Ukrainians blew up a tank, but you done lost 7 port cities. How can you be winning? So if they twist the narrative in your generation, what do you think they did to steal the country from you?
But in our conversation, before I go to the next part, I'm gonna read out of your book, is knowing that there were those 6 nations or 7 nations, the Iroquois Confederacy.
They call them the civilized nations, right?
Right, civilized, right? And you point out that William Penn is a black man, correct?
He was a German.
I mean, he was a German, but you're saying that he's a black German based off our conversation.
If you go down to Philadelphia, on top of their little courthouse, they got a statue of William Penn as a black man.
All right, now boom. Going forward, you're saying the Iroquois were black Indians. Am I correct? Meaning they were dark-skinned.
According to Benjamin Franklin, Benjamin Franklin said all of America was black.
All right,
except for the newcomers, the English.
I got you. So boom. Now that means that Tammany of the Turtle Clan of the Lenape, who shook hands under the Philadelphia, what's that name of that tree? I'm gonna mess it up. The Sockmesum tree, the Chekamexum. Chekamexum was Philadelphia. Couple the tree. It was a name for that tree. Anyways, right now they underneath a tree. And the whole wampum belt is exchanged, you know what I'm saying? And it's St. Tammany, as they call them. And
what year was that?
Tammany.
What year was that?
Hold on. Can we pull that up real quick? Can we pull that up? Can we get that real quick? Because William Penn and Chief Tammany of the Turtle Clan, Lenape. This situation, they shook hands, and they, like you said, they came together. This is Philadelphia. This is the what everybody likes to talk about with the friendship of peace, and you know what I mean, Turtle Island and all that. Because the clan, the literal name, the clan, the chief is a part of, is the Turtle Clan of the Lenape of the Iroquois Confederacy. So when we get into the fact that William Penn, as you're pointing out, is a black German, now we're getting into the understanding that, like you're putting it together, like how you're confirming what I've been saying, but I want you giving it more context and more deftness so people can see it in living color. You know what I'm saying? So people can free their mind from this situation, because the people kind of caught up in black and white. You know what I mean? So this, are you there? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still.
All right, 1682.
You
can you see it? Can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see you.
All right, so where we at? Give me a point. All right, William Penn and Lenape, Chief Tammy. There's right there. All right, let's go down and get the year.
He was a black German, man.
Yeah, so this the time frame they're gonna break down now. Christopher Columbus, they're going to that. We don't care about that, right? Turkey, we don't care about that. Okay, all right. 1682, William Penn arrived in his new colony, Pennsylvania, as a Quaker. Penn believed in equality, respect, and honor towards everything and everyone. Even though Penn was granted his land holdings in New World by King Charles II of England, Penn also arranged to purchase the lands from the Lenape. This attitude of respect elevated William Penn's standing among the Lenape, especially with Tammany. Tammany was born in 1628 in what would soon become Pennsylvania. His name means easy to talk to. He and William Penn visited each other's homes, shared in feast, and traded goods. Tammany presented Penn with a wampum belt, which survives today as a historical society of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. In 1683, Tammany was present to serve as one of the signers of the deed, as Penn purchased the land from Lenape. It says, for his part, Penn.
Hold on. But does that validate what I said?
Yes, I was trying to say. You said they bought it from the land.
They didn't take nothing, man. They wasn't on that.
It's a little more complicated than that, though. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you now. It's a little more complicated than that. But at the same time, with this group of people, as you're pointing out, yes, they did do an exchange. They did come together. They did make a union. And this is the union that became the Americas. This is the union that became the Americas. It's this confederacy, the Iroquois, those nations of people who intermixed with those groups of people that you're pointing out are black, that was in Philadelphia, in Boston, Massachusetts, and all them areas that became American colonies when they broke away from the British. When, as you pointed out with the picture before, how some of them Hessians, who were Germans, sided with the British, and like some of them Hessians, Germans, like who sided with William Penn, being that you say William Penn is a German, a black man. So if you're saying this, we're only going to the context of that both sides are dark-skinned people. So we ain't got time for the adversary of somebody being spooky white. We played the song earlier, the Black Devil. Because black men do bad too. We can't be playing that spooky game no more. So we know what we did to each other. Color of skin don't matter in this conversation.
Right.
Since you said that. You said that, color of skin don't matter in this conversation no more.
Well,
so we're going to deal with it.
They use color to kill the truth.
Right,
once
exactly.
You start telling the truth, the cats say, "Oh, that's right." No, we don't care about color. All we want to do is we want to arrive at the truth, whatever that is.
Period. Because some people get caught up in pointing fingers. Well, y'all, nah, they were Indians, and them people came over. They were Europeans. Nah, we ain't doing all that. So when you break down how you broke down, that's why I pointed that part out. Chief Tammany did what he did. You know what I'm saying? He's a dark-skinned person. William Penn, that you're breaking down, and your sources are saying that these are dark-skinned people, and they did, like you said, they bought land from that group of Indians.
Right.
Now,
Look, the white man's narrative is we came into the land, we saw savages, we killed them, and we took the land. No, man,
that's not true.
If you read the chart, I'll keep saying this. If you read the original charters, the game is over. He tells you the principal reason of the plantation, the King James, King Charles, was what? To teach Christianity to they didn't call them savages, he called them natives, to the native people. That was their principal. They were spreading Christianity, man.
Now,
They actually, it wasn't Christianity. It was, at that time, it was Hebrewism, because King James was a Hebrew.
Right. Now, look, real quick, though. I don't want to slide, because I'm trying to get some in. I ain't got you all night. I know how you OGs get. You know what I'm saying? You get sleepy later on. Now. I don't want to hold you too long. I'm just playing with you, man.
Hey, man, I had my beet juice. Don't try it. But go ahead.
Exactly. I knew that. See, I had a feeling. But anyways, though, it says 64 on page 64 of your book, Negro Questions Part 7. It says this is an image of King Charles V of France, and as you can see, he and the royal family are depicted as black people. Everybody in the image is black, including the knight, who has a nappy afro. Black King of France. You know this. Where do you get this from? 64 in the book. Where do you get this from? Well, it says History des Lycéens France. Is the that's obviously.
Oh, that's
French.
the book that it came from. The histories in Day Do is really the histories of
Day.
France. Yeah, but you can see where they painted his image. They painted the brother's face white.
Yeah.
They couldn't do nothing with that afro.
No.
And you can see,
I see how you did that.
The king of France, his wife and his son is what? They Swarthy. But they tried that too. The thing is, if you go back and read the eyewitness account, the eyewitness account told you, and man, them guys didn't lie. You know why? Because racism did not exist until 1800. Before 1800, everybody that was black was depicted black. Everybody that was white was depicted. Well, they didn't have no problems. Why? That was not. They started using racism as a tool to divide and conquer. Even into this generation right now in America, America's still playing the same game, the race card. Man, that was never. You don't see no instances of race in ancient history. White man be making this stuff up, man.
Yeah, they do. You know what's even crazy though, Lee?
Wow, huh?
You know what's even crazy? In your same book, this book heavy. I'm gonna bring you back on this book. I know I ain't got 3 hours to do right now to go through your whole book. So we're gonna do a series just on this book because you brought so much heat in this book. I'm gonna need at least 2 more joints just on this book because I know we want to keep it. You know how we keep it. We ain't trying to just read to people. They need to get the book. I'm promoting your book for people to buy it, read it, so they got an issue, then they can come ask questions. Like it says, questions, Negro questions. They need to get the book. You know what I mean? Because this book is heavy.
I have to come out with the Negro answer.
Oh,
the answer to the Negro question is, well, go ahead.
I like that part. Now here, on page 66, it says,
right.
King Charlemagne. See now, King Charlemagne, French Basque, you got the picture here, you got the picture. You know what I mean?
Who, Charlemagne?
French Basque.
Yeah.
Charlemagne. Charlemagne the Great.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so now, this is image location, Pastoline Chapel, Aachen, Germany. This is enlarge the image of Charlemagne so that you can see the blackness of the French king. This image fits the description of the black Basque that Professor Boyd Dawkins and James Anderson described, Black French King. Now, I want people to get some basics on this because before I go heavy in this book, I marked off only certain parts. Like I said, there's so much in this book.
Piece with when they exhumed the body of the French king, King Louis XIV, and they said when they exhumed this, but they said that people should hear that when they exhumed his body, that his body was so black, they said it looked like black ink. Well, in the ghetto, in the hood, we got a saying for that. The guy was so black, we nicknamed him Blue. So we had guys we called Red because he was red, so we called him Red. You had a light-skinned brother or sister, we called him Red Bones. But you had a guy that was so black, the nickname we used to call, hey man, that's Blue over there.
trying to find it. I got so many pages marked off in this bad
It's
boy.
on, it's
Hold
on
on.
page it's on page 255.
All right, hold on. See, hold on.
Page 255. The French king, Louis XIV. The same when you read that the piece from the Memoirs of Thomas Jefferson.
Okay, boom. Yeah, you know, it's another part though that I had, Louis. I ain't gonna lie. Now I'm fronting. I ain't gonna like the cat with nobody. I had another part you got dealing with King Louis XIV earlier in the book that you wrote about, but this particular one, it says 255. It says, King Louis XIV skin was so black that it looked like ink. It says Memoirs of Thomas Jefferson, France. The storming of Bastille. 60,000 Frenchmen of all colors. The King of France came to Paris, leaving the Queen in consultation for his return, omitting the less important figures of the procession. I will only observe that the King's carriage was in the center, on each side of the States General, in 2 ranks of foot, at the head of Marquis de la Fayette. I messed up that term. See, that I did it.
All right,
Got
man.
you, God. It is what it is. As commander in chief of horseback and Borgies, guard before and behind. I witnessed 60,000 citizens, rich citizens, from all forms and colors.
Now check this
Yes,
out.
sir.
Before we break, go to page 246. I want these people
246.
to see page 246 of this book, The Negro Question Part 7, the Swarthy Memoir. We have an eyewitness description of the Jacobites. Now, and when you guys were growing up out there, and some of you guys you ladies and gentlemen that are still in college, and you're taking the history course, they tell you that England emptied out its ships and deported the worst of the worst and sent them into the Americas, the colonies. That is not true. The reason why they said that because they knew that at some point we was going to find out the truth. Here's a ship's manifest on page 246. On page 246, here's a ship manifest called the Veteran. The name of the ship is the Veteran. Eyewitness account of what these Brits, Welsh, and Scots looked like that was coming into the colonies. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
You want to take it from here?
Yes, sir. Where you want to read from? What part?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so it says on page 246, information can be found in the book, which is going to reference your Negro Questions Part 6, the 13 Black Colonies. And obviously, it's going to have a list of names at the top. Just for those that don't know, I ain't making none of this up. All right, so then it says it has some names, I guess some surnames here, like Campbell,
Black,
Cameron, Davidson, Edwards.
No, you want to
Gordon,
give it. No, what color
Johnson.
were they? What color were they?
Oh, as far as description? Oh,
Yeah,
point blank
this,
color.
now listen,
It says brown, black, brown, black.
1745.
Right.
Hey, we got
46 years old.
Hold on, Doc. We got some people under the sound of our voice. They got the last name Campbell. Well, guess what? That didn't originate in Jamaica. Most of the last name Campbell can be found in Jamaica, Barbados, and in America. Where'd they come from? It came out of Europe. They were the black. They were the noblemen. These was them guys. So this ship's manifest, the eyewitness description is that Doug Hall Campbell was brown-skinned. Alexander Campbell was brown-skinned. Mr. Cameron was what? Brown-skinned. The Davis, the Edwards, the Gordons, the Grants. Some of you all, these are some of your family members. The Johnsons were brown.
Johnson. I got Johnson.
You ain't gonna believe this one. The Kennedys were black.
It says Kennedys. John Kennedy, 32 years old, black.
All these people in America that when they went and they took the land in Europe, they took your last name.
Now, McIntosh, McLean, Joyner.
And we're not making this up. You can find this book. It's called Jacobite Gleanings from State Manuscripts. Author J. Macbeth Ford's Harvard College Library. This is public information that you would have never heard of if you hadn't tuned into this brother station tonight.
Appreciate you.
And these were the people that came into the what? Came into the colony. These were the people that shook hands with that Indian chief that the brother's talking about. This is what they look like. And
this is what they look like.
And these people became what? What you call the colonists. This
Thank
is the
you very
description
much,
of
sir.
the colonists.
Hey, man. We need to show the black devil. Because a European adversary can look like an Indian and see him as an adversary. In some cases, they could be friends. That where amity comes into play.
Right.
And you know, in some cases, though, as I pointed out earlier, because the Iroquois and Tammany and William Penn, as you pointed out, and then we get into the situation that the fact that we know during this American Revolution that not everybody was with that situation of the American. Because we just pointed out earlier, you pointed out that the Hessians, who are Germans, redcoats, were fighting on behalf of the British against the American colony during this time frame of 1775 and 1783.
But there's a key point here that is never mentioned in the so-called hollowed halls of education. And that being, and they are really ashamed of this, that the Hessians or the German troops, the redcoats, that they occupied, I want you to read, the word is occupation. They occupied the 13 colonies. Some of these colonies up to 8 years were being what? Occupied or policed. There was a police state at that time. And guess who the popo was? It was the black German.
No, since you said the Germans, I'm going to come back to something in your book.
That's cold, ain't it, man?
It's cold. I'm going to back you up with this in your own book. 156. You give another ship manifest dealing with the veteran of 1745.
That's
place of origin, Liverpool, right? You have Campbell again, Adam, Bell, right? And you have obviously brown complexion, Rudy. You know what I mean? Black and
what is ruddy?
I never heard that one before.
Ruddy in Hebrew is what? Red. King David was ruddy.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's right. Red complexion,
maroon, reddish brown, Indian red. I'm gonna say Indian red. Now look, in the situation on your same page, you say Jacobite gleanings from state manuscripts, pages 37 through 48. This is Arthur J. Macbeth, Forbes, Harvard College Library. You just told me Harvard, right? So just on this page, you go straight to that, right? It says this is an eyewitness account of the black Jacobite Hebrew Israelites. You put in parentheses. Noblemen, I'm gonna go into that in a minute, princes and captured soldiers as they are boarded the prison in ships to be shipped to the 13 colonies. The Campbells are described as brown and ruddy people. These Campbells match the description of Highlanders given by Professor Dawkins. What does this mean? This means that the racist Georgia was captured and occupied by a black Scottish Highlander, Lieutenant Archibald Campbell, along with his black German Hessian soldiers. The black Hessians fought off the Continental Army led by General Benjamin Lincoln and Comte d'Estaing during the siege of Savannah. 4,000 free black Haitians, it said. You said Haitians here.
Hey, boy, you preaching right now, young man. Go ahead.
Okay, now.
Go ahead.
Fought on the side of the American colonists. Now, I want to bring up the Haitian thing, right? The French situation, right? I've been going into the Frenchy part, right? No, wait, P. Now, what? Have I not been going into the Frenchy situation? And we know what that word of Frenchy mean. That should mean freedman, right? Don't get me started, right? Kofi, have I not been saying this? Now, this is the freedman class of people who are soldiers, right?
Right.
That either are working on behalf of the American colony or siding with the colony that's British and end up now what they doing. Where they ended up.
Let me ask you a question.
What are we gonna say now?
What
are we gonna say now to me?
I got a question for the moderator.
Now, go ahead, sir. Yes, sir. I'm moderating.
At what point have you ever read in a history book that the Haitians fought in Savannah, Georgia?
I gotta tell you the truth.
And check this out, huh?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna give a shout out. I'll give a shout out. I'm gonna keep it real. The only person, and he like to say it, he boots on the ground. The man stayed in Georgia and he's been talking about waters and wars for a minute. I've been knowing him for a little while now, for like last year. And
When did
he has been. He mentioned it. I'm gonna say good. What we say, God, about 9 months ago.
But guess
about
who
the
mentioned it?
about the Haitians being in Savannah, Georgia.
Hey, hold on.
He
Guess
pointed
who
that
mentioned
out.
it
I got to
first?
get back for his mind. I got to give him
Guess
his
who
credit.
mentioned it first?
It's true.
Lee Cummings.
What happened?
Look at
Yes,
Lee
sir.
Cummings.
I'm not saying.
Hold on, guys. Hold on, Mr.
Shit, a lot of people try to
Moderator.
take your credit.
I'm trying to make a point. The
Yeah, you
point
making
of
your
the
point.
matter is that the black Haitians fought in Savannah, Georgia, and the whites in this country had omitted that from the history books up until 3 to 5 years ago. They just put a plaque in downtown Georgia, in the state of Georgia, recognizing the sacrifice that these black Haitians made. But it wasn't just black Haitians. It was black Welsh, black Scots, black Germans, and black French that fought in that racist state, Georgia.
I hear that. Now look, now this is why I want people to know that, because see, this falls into my conversation I always bring up, talking about the free people of color and how it's already a mixed group of people that's coming, like you said, from French to Welsh to German, Negroes who are now labeled today in history called free people of color, because they weren't slaves, that were in this area doing certain things, and a lot of them took on Indian women as they wives.
But this whole concept of Indian, look, man, it's like me and
What's
you.
Up?
You live in Florida, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Fort Lauderdale,
so
shout out
now
Lauderdale.
you're in Florida, and if you was born in Florida, technically you're indigenous. You're an indigenous person in the state of Florida. Come on,
Well,
man.
I'm born. That's native. That's what we call native. See, some people get
Right.
particularly come. I gotta be real with you on the channel, because see, some people say you can be born here. Everybody that's born here is native. You know what I'm saying? You were born in America. But when we talk about lineage, dealing with genealogy, we're talking about literally bloodline. Like genealogy is dealing with your surname and knowing that
But the people
you have
here already, man. They, you have
Of course
to
we
be.
know that.
You would have to be completely brainwashed to believe that when they got here, there was no. Hey, man, it was people here.
Listen,
been here. We got a record.
people are brainwashed.
I know, but
I'm gonna say that live on the show. If you saying that,
40, huh?
I'm telling you, since you're saying that to me now, I'm gonna say it back to you. And my answer is there's people brainwashed out here. They brainwashed.
I believe that.
They literally don't think that there was people here. They think that the Indian that they call the Indian, which is dealing with an Aboriginal from the original group of people that were here when the European came, as you're describing them, how we found other accounts, Harvard, Yale, and all the different people that have to make accounts, white people actually that are making the accounts, dealing with their dissertations, their peer reviews, and people try to dislodge it as if it's just some fiction. It's a folklore, like, oh, y'all pseudo or something. No. We ain't got time for that, because I'm in mayhem mode tonight. It's a revolutionary situation we talking about here. So this right here is not gonna play no games. You know what I'm saying? Because what you got in this book is revolutionary. You know what I mean? It's revolutionary.
Well, the thing is, man, we only got one thing. The only thing we're concerned about is, I remember when I stumbled into this concept, and it was one of your guys was like, hey, man, we like to work. And I was sitting back saying, okay, but I wasn't really writing, dealing with the indigenous people. But then I realized my work lines up with what you guys are doing, because it is the truth. You know what? Yeah, let's go. Are you still there?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Go to page 218.
Yes, sir.
Go to page 218. This is gonna drive it home for your listeners. And this deals with, it's called The Private Life of William Penn, page 140. These are his memoirs. And that's why the book was called the Swarthy Memoirs, because everybody in this book that gives an eyewitness account it's his memoirs, and he's a black person. Now check what he says. The Private Life of William Penn. The natives, just like you just said, I shall consider in their persons, languages, manners, customs, and governments. Their complexion is what? Black. But by design, like the gypsies, what? In Egypt. What
England.
Why? They're using no defense against the sun. Their skin must be swarthy.
Swarthy.
You're talking about the Indians and the gypsies.
Facts. It says, did you faint? Did you fall out your chair?
One of them, somebody
Are
out
you
there
choking
did.
on your coffee or food? You read it right. The Honorable William Penn said the Europeans were black and swarthy. What does this prove? This proves that what you thought to be impossible is indeed possible. The Europeans were still black in William Penn's generation, 1644 to 1718. Smooth, man.
Hey,
You're
you
a
know
smooth
what?
criminal.
I wrote this, huh?
I'm gonna tell you that. Yeah, you did that. You're a smooth criminal. I had to catch you.
I
I'm
haven't
gonna
read
catch you in
this
your.
book. I'm gonna have to go back and read this book.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go back and read your words now.
Hey,
Okay,
man,
now how you
I'm
put the
sitting
words
back-
together?
I'm sitting back getting a rush from my book. Okay.
Oh shit.
I am
Oh,
not
shit.
lying. Hey, go to page 212.
All right.
Now this right here is a shocker for everybody under the sound of our voice. And this is the brother of the sister called in about Jamaica and Barbados and the French. This is the reason why your father. See, people think they say, well, the people in Jamaica they speak a what you call a broken English. No, it's not broken English. This was the original Irish dialect, and we're gonna read it. We're gonna let the moderator read this to you. He can show you the picture of where 100,000 black Irish children were deported to Jamaica in the year 1643 or 45. These are the facts, man. You want to read that to him?
I got you. Now I'll show the picture. Matter of fact, you went right into a part I'm gonna lead into. I got you. Now it says, thank you very much, sir. It says this book was written by Jesuit priest Joseph Williams. In this book, he states that 100,000 black Irish children were shipped into Barbados. See, the American soldiers went to see. Now it says Irish children were shipped into Barbados, Jamaica, and Virginia. If you take into account that each child had a mother and a father, we can now account for 300,000 black Irish and Scots. The Scottish and Irish, Thomas Jefferson's people, were pushed westward into Northeast Ireland by the invading whites in the year 449 AD.
And guess what? And these are what? These are the facts.
Okay, that part.
This everything that we're doing is tonight. If you out there tonight, whatever you believed, everybody and everything that we quote tonight is an eyewitness account. That's why it's called the Swarthy Memoirs. It's the Black Memories. Not hearsay.
Facts.
Not hearsay. Eyewitness account. That's all you getting tonight.
We ain't got time to play with them. Tell them, right? We ain't got time to play with them like that.
Man, it's real talk.
You know, I don't. It's real talk. It's real talk. Now I'm about to see because I came prepared. Now you went right to the page. It's hard to be synchronized. We ain't playing this, y'all. I swear we ain't playing this. So on page 213, next to that page, you bring up the brother. I shouldn't call him that. I don't know if he cool or not. Oliver Cromwell, Edict of 1653. Now, this man Oliver Cromwell, I don't like him too much, to be honest with you. See, that's
I didn't either, but he played the role. Hey, he played the role that the creator gave him.
Hey, everything happens for a reason, I guess they say, right? But I'm reading the story from present times. I'm gonna look at it like this: it's those who fail to transplant themselves to the Connaught or Clare, as is Ireland, within 6 months shall be guilty of high treason. You will be then sent into America or some other part beyond the sea. The Royal African Company sent 249 ships to the West Indies, sending the Irish into the Americas and the West Indies. With the invention of the paintbrush, the distorters of the truth can rewrite history by simply painting black images white. The images of the original Scottish Irish are now white instead of black. I think that was prominent that you put that. You a smooth criminal now. You could have wrote some lyrics back in the day, boy.
Hey, listen,
you could have been a rapper.
You ever heard that saying? If you can't
you're an author. You better than a rapper.
You ever heard that saying? You can't beat them, join them.
Indeed.
That's what they did. The whole thing was. What's a barbarian?
I don't do that though.
What is a barbarian? A barbarian is a group of people that don't possess an alphabet.
Ooh.
So these
I
Gentiles,
like how you point that out.
these
All right.
Gentiles or these white Europeans, I didn't write that in the history book. The book said that they overran Europe in 449 AD. That's in their history book, and they called them barbarians, but they never gave us a skin description. So we're gonna put a color on. They were white folks that came from north of Germany by the southern shores of the Baltic Sea. This is a history. I'm not, and if the scholars out there or the agent for the system, he knows I'm telling the truth.
Well, check this out. Since you said that, hold on. I got you back now. I'm gonna read from your sources tonight. Before we slide out, I ain't gonna hold you more than like 10 more minutes now.
Hold on.
I got you. Take your notes because I ain't going up front.
Whoever this guy is, I got to check him out. But go ahead.
Check me out, man. Listen here. It says Arthur James Boswell, 1785, states that the Europeans that he saw from Scotland were as black as any American Indian that he saw in the 13 colonies.
Read that again. Read that again, man. Slow it down.
Okay.
You know why? You gotta slow it down.
Was that too fast? Was that too fast?
Hey, man, because if he's sitting with his girlfriend or his wife, he'd have pushed her to the side. Back up, woman. If he's driving down the street, he probably pulled over because you want to hear it again.
Push that nigga like,
You need to say, you need to slow the camera down.
The Kendrick Lamar song.
Slow the camera down.
I thought about the Kendrick Lamar song. Yeah, indeed. It says the author James Boswell, 1785, states that the Europeans that he saw from Scotland were as black as any American Indian that he saw in the 13 colonies. How do you feel about the 12 Scots?
Hold on before you go any further. So what is he telling you? He's saying that the black Scots and the American Indian, the indigenous or the natives was what? They were black people.
I'm going from your source, sir.
And wait a minute.
It's your source, sir. It's your source. I'm just raising my hand. It's your source. I'm reading from your book.
And what is this? Again, and we're gonna say this all night. This is also another eyewitness account. These are the memoirs, these are the memories of somebody that was there.
Mm-hmm. James Boswell for y'all. That's James.
They giving it. Last name. He was there.
Boswell. Boswell. That's his surname. Boswell. His first name is James, and it says 1785 for anybody. He's an author, so anybody that wants to look him up or do your own research, and give you his name. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, like you said, he's giving you a real eyewitness account of that time frame. Since you gave me that, I'm sorry. Hey, I'll give it to you real now. See. Most people don't read your joint. Most people don't listen, man. You should be appreciative that I read your series. See, you can't front on me because I read your series. I could go through your books.
Yeah, you check. You be prepared. I give you that. I do shows, and some of these people don't be prepared. I have to carry the show. With you, I gotta back up something. Let you do your thing.
Oh man, I came with some things now. I came with some things. See,
that's
surprise.
That's Cromwell.
Surprise.
Yeah, I see him.
Cromwell. You see him. We see him.
He look like he is a what? A black man.
Yeah, swarthy individual. He got Jerry curl and all going. You see it? Soul glow, you heard? Soul glow. Yeah, he got that going on.
Hey, this guy.
No, for real though. He got the soul glow going on. Hey, them swarthy Europeans, they was on some. Now I see where we get the Jerry curl commercial from. Like it had to come from the European side of things because that shit is some old, you know what I'm saying? The shag with the grease all in it, dripping and shit.
Well, that's where the perm came from.
The Duke kit, you heard me? It's the duck kit. You dodging ducks, but you know.
That's where the perm came from. King James had, they had that long. That's why. That's what was that? What's that guy's name in New York?
They using that bear grease, you heard? They were using too much bear grease.
They had perms.
Hey, they was exporting all sorts of bear grease for their hairdos back there. You heard me? To get that Duke going. You heard me?
Okay.
Ooh, let me stop. And you got me. Oh, all right, that picture right there have you open. I thought about coming to America.
Coming to America with this guy.
The European coming to America, they weren't making something. No, they should.
But look at Cromwell's name. We got guys in the hood with the last name Cromwell. 92% of all so-called Negroes in America have Scottish, Irish, Welsh, and German last names. And you know what the white man said? Oh, you know, he said, well, can you explain this? Oh, yeah, you know, they named themselves after the slave masters in their ships. They got one problem. The Scots, the British, the Irish, and the Germans and the Welsh were not involved in the slave trade. And he said, somebody out there said, I got them now. The British was involved. No, they weren't. The British did not purchase the slave states until 1803. 62 years later, they set the slaves free in the South. The slave states up to 1803 belonged to the French and the Spanish. Do your research. You ain't got me.
You ain't got me. I like how you came in back.
What did I tell you?
You ain't got me,
I
bitch.
told you, keep the cameras rolling. I said, keep the cameras rolling. I'm fast. I told you that. Keep the cameras rolling.
Hey, you
keep the cameras rolling.
I mess with you, man. That's why I mess with you, man. I like how you keep it. I like these conversations, man.
Hey, you know,
Oh
I
man,
heard Ali say that one time in one of his interviews. He said, keep the cameras rolling. I'm gonna try that.
I got something coming. See how I got
Go
you?
ahead.
I got something coming. You always got something coming. You heard me?
That's
now look,
cold. That's a tight piece, man.
Nah, for real though, it is. And now people need to understand that people, you know, the free people of color category is a lot more diverse and vast than people argue about. Because obviously, they need to read books like this that you got that will give them more clarity of the diversity and the spectrum of the people that fit into that category they call African today. A Frenchie.
The thing is, and I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. This is the secret. When they invented the internet, they never thought that one of us would use the internet as an archaeological tool. I'm gonna say that again. You see the internet being used now. You go to Facebook and YouTube. Hey, they TikToking. They taking their clothes off. They got the Jerry Springer going on. They got all this other crap, all the stuff that takes your mind away from the seriousness of life. They never thought that we would use the internet to find out the truth. They making adjustments right now. You used to go and find an artifact. You can right click it, copy it, find the source. Now they locking the artifacts, but you can't right click the artifact. You know what I mean? Now they got guys copywriting artifacts from other nations, so you can't use it. They own to us.
Listen here, man. You dropped the cold part. I'm gonna leave you on this. I'm not gonna go into more. I'm gonna need you back on this book because there's so much in this book that I'm gonna need you back.
It's easy, 3 to 4 parts.
Yeah, I ain't gonna rush everything. We ain't
even dealt with George Washington's great his ancestors being French.
Right now, look, see why you doing that? No, but look though, it's cool. So you know too much about the book. You wrote it, right? I'm just a guest in your book right now. In the mind of you writing this book, on page 128, you know what I'm saying? You got Benjamin Franklin. You always, throughout our time frame together on this podcast, doing this conversation of the questions I be asking you about your series, you mentioned Benjamin Franklin a lot, right? And but on 128, it kind of goes into context. I want you to listen to, because you say you ain't read this book in a minute, so I want to read something to you. Right. Take some notes about your shit. You know what I mean? Check me out. All right. So it says, in the image, it says they're a real American Indian. For everybody that don't know, that's the image you have there. Then it says a black Indian image cropped from page 125. Now, I don't know what exact, but either way, it says Benjamin Franklin said all America is swarthy black, and William Penn said the Indians are black. What happened to the black Indians? The whites committed genocide against the swarthy American Indians under the pretense of manifest destiny. After the black Indians were exterminated, the whites assumed their identity and took their lands. This is how the white Indian came to being. Prior to the manifest destiny, there was no such thing as a white Indian.
That's correct.
Identity theft is not a new concept in the earth. When the Assyrians deported the 10 tribes, they placed the Assyrians in Samaria. And when the Babylonians deported Judah, Edom took Judah's land and assumed his identity to this very day. On page 129, you keep going. Now you're dropping heat right now. Now check it out. He says, when the whites began the extermination of the American Indian, they created this cartoon. But what I want to focus on is the color of the American Indian. The government propaganda at that time depicted the American Indian as a black man, and why? This is what they knew to be true in their generation. And this is identical in nature to the comment made by Benjamin Franklin. All of America is wholly swarthy black. This is why I made the statement that the white Indian is a new concept in the earth. During colonial time, there is no such thing. Hold on now. You drop in bars. Page 130. You said you got President Andrew Jackson, French Huguenot Bass, by the way. That's what you wrote in the picture underneath this man's picture. In blood, Basque, by the way. You said President Andrew Jackson. Lithograph, 1830, Library of Congress, source you're showing the picture of, right? And it says, this is the original print of President Andrew Jackson being depicted as a black Frenchman, along with the various black Indian chiefs. Take a closer look at the picture on the wall behind Jackson. The Indian is depicted as black person, and Lady Britain is depicted as a white woman. This portrait of Andrew Jackson supports the noise out there that says he was a black man. Our focus today is not on Andrew Jackson, but the black American Indian. All the images from the 18th century depicts the Indian as a man of color. I shall produce another eyewitness, the founder of Pennsylvania, William Penn. And I'm gonna leave you there, brother.
I keep
I'm gonna leave you there, brother.
Huh?
I'm gonna leave you there. I'm gonna leave you there right now. I'm not gonna read no more at this one.
Listen, man.
I'm gonna leave this alone for this one.
I want to hit y'all with this. That's under the sound of my voice. I'm on the elevator. I used to be an accountant. I really wanted to be part of the system. Went to school, got the degree in accounting. I got the suit on. I'm downtown Chicago. I'd have made it. I'm on the 40th floor. I used to be a gangster. So I couldn't believe that I was down there. They had hired me. I'm working as I called the guys on the block and said, man, you ain't gonna believe where I'm at. I'm downtown Chicago, overlooking Lake Michigan. I got my own office. So I go to lunch. Guy come down from the what do you call it? Where they have the mail room. So we sitting, we on the elevator, we surrounded by about 10 white Europeans.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's a corporate sector. So the brother said, man, did you hear? I said, what? Man, they talking about reparations. I turned and looked at him. I said, man, I'm not interested in reparations. He said, why? I said, because I want 13 states. And all the white Europeans on that elevator stopped and they all looked at me. They understood. This man knows something. Yeah, because the 13 colonies, 13 states belong to who? They belong to me. That's my inheritance. But this whole mass belongs to the native people, the blacks.
Right. Facts. Now,
we bought those 13 states from your guys, man. So the
hey,
13
man,
colonies, we probably let
you know.
I'll let you know. So if y'all get y'all land back, y'all gotta break us off with that a piece of that chocolate bar. 13 states, man. We got receipts for them. They called the charter.
We got receipts.
The original charter.
Shit, huh?
We got the original charters. We got receipts for the East Coast, man.
Hey, you know what? I got something I want to pull up real quick. Can you pull up? Hey, this right. You know what I'm trying to pull up? Is that it? Yes, sir. Please, sir. All right. So now, before I let you ride on me tonight, man, I want to pull up this other source, and then I'm gonna give a little maroon mayhem.
That's also a lie.
I want you to see what I'm pulling up, though.
I don't even have to.
See your book.
I'm looking at it right here. Yeah.
You see your book. All right. So now we're gonna go up. I like to show sources outside of sources.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Now it says, while the last years have seen many efforts commemorate Siskinsk. God help me, Lord.
He said, God help me.
How you say that word? quintessential. See, I had to get the help from above.
Hey,
It
that's it,
says
man. That's why
of
you
the
got a team, man.
it's a team happen. That's the above help I needed. Goddamn, you know what I'm saying? He right here too. Ain't no
Hey,
spooky shit.
we teach the shorty teamwork makes the dream work.
Indeed, and my dream came true because that was a nightmare word for me. That was a nightmare word. Anyways, I'm tongue tied at this time of night.
Go
It says
ahead.
the Civil War, the bicentennial of the war 1812 has drawn far less attention. This popular historical amnesia springs from the conflict's political diverseness, the inconsistent performance of the American military, and the war's failure to bring a decisive U.S. victory. Still, the conflict has not lacked historians in the recent years, so no scholar has done more to argue for its significance than Alan Taylor, both in his 2010 study, The Civil War of 1812, and his Pulitzer Prize winning, the Internal Enemy. I don't want to read through all that shit. Can we go down? But really, honestly, this is a certain part. We're going to get to this part of this war part, right? No, go back up, go back up, go back up, back up. Lord Dunmore. Get to him right there. Stay right there. So now your book started in 1775. That's why I thought about this source to talk to you about tonight. I'll let you slide, right? It talks about, it says Taylor in his article, based off his documents article, it says Taylor sees the president of the wartime alliance between the British Navy and enslaved Virginians and colonial governor of Lord Dunmore's 1775 proclamation, which promised freedom to enslaved men who fought for the British. Although ineffective as military tactic, Dunmore's proclamation recast Virginia's enslaved population as an internal enemy both for white Virginians and the British, who returned to Chesapeake in 1813. Although initially reluctant to enlist slaves, Royal Navy officers soon recognized their value as guides and soldiers. So it's literally talking about these people.
It's all
Come
a
down a little
lie,
more.
man. This is a lie. You know why? All right,
let's see what they saying.
hold on. Let's deal with the first part. We ain't got to go on.
Okay.
This is garbage, man. First part of the lie is that there were slaves in Virginia. Virginia was a colony that was started by King James. Now, there's something called the Magna Carta. And then if you're out there and you're under the sound of my voice, Google Magna Carta, Magna Carta, Magna Carta. That is a document where the British state that they did not recognize the institution of slavery. And so it is impossible. It is impossible that Virginia was a slave colony. Now they said, well, in 1619, some slaves came into the colony. Guess what? I walked across the street the other day. I don't live across the street, but I walked across the street. What am I saying? There was a time, and I have to be honest. There was a time.
Be honest.
There was a time where the institution of slavery began to encroach on the Virginia colony, but all of Virginia was a free state or a free colony. Then you start having some encroachment by some white slave masters. I have to give them that. Because we're not like everybody. We tell the truth. But Virginia was a black colony that was started by the Black Scots, and hence Thomas Jefferson was a Virginian. He was also a Black Scot, but the description of Thomas Jefferson was that he was a red bone with freckles. And that's another. We'll visit that when we come back. But what we simply saying to you is the Scots did not believe in the institution of slavery based on the Magna Carta. It's all a lie, man. This is all white. That's why there's a war going on right now in America, in North America, United States, called critical race theory. Why? Because the black professors have found out the truth, and they're making comments like this while they're leaving these white institutions that they can no longer teach lies. And that's what critical race theory is.
Indeed. Now, what everything being said, because we labeled this month Maroon Mayhem. There's war going on. That's why I like this book. I want to start off in this introduction of this series that we're going to go into. This book's so heavy, and I think it has to be pounded a little bit. I'm going to spread it out, give them a chance to, go back and do research, give some people out there a chance to go out there and get this book so they can read along with us. You know what I'm saying? Definitely check out this book. You know what I mean? Swarthy Memoirs of a Black Revolution of 1775, 1783. We're going to put the website up in a minute, too, before we leave to make sure people know your website, you know what I mean, and how they can get a hold of you. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. We got to appreciate you for coming on. People need to know to get the hold of you.
Hey, man, are you paying me for this?
No, sir. No, sir.
He said, no, sir.
No, sir.
You didn't even hesitate. You know that?
It's free promotion, sir.
Who is this guy?
I don't know, man. I'm just.
Who is this guy? Hey,
man.
Gates. Hey, man, we feeling you, and we appreciate the love that you showed, and that's real talk. And we also appreciate the fact that you got your clients on, and we're doing a new thing. Listen, man, take all of us, every little spoke that's in the wheel to make the wheel go. So, you just, keep up the good work, and we with you, man.
That's a beautiful thing. People tapping in like that. See that? Live people saying they buying your books. You can't say nothing to me. You say, "Am I paying you?" You just got paid.
You can't know. Are you? No. I need to
Sunday
check.
night.
I need to check your name on it. Pay to the oil leak.
Man, you do owe me some money.
Hey guys, should this guy? We're gonna ask the audience. Should this guy pay me? Tune in with your response.
You all right? I see what you're doing. You set me up for the alley-oop. I got you. It's all good.
No, I'm just kidding.
Now you good, man. Now on a truthful level though, I appreciate you tapping in with us though, man. And I'm going through this information, and that's why I gave away your book. See, and last week the sister that tapped in earlier, Bree.
Hey man, I'm out of books.
You out of books already?
Can I have that back?
No, you signed it. How you gonna sign something and tell me to give it back to you?
Like the white
Indian giving. You Indian giving now. See,
the white paintbrush and paint over that signature.
I know you got some Blackfoot in you. Stop playing with me.
My grandmama.
Your grandmama. Yeah, that part. Don't be fronting on your grandma now. You know what this is.
Hey, you guys, I'm tell you guys doing a great job. And you guys got what they call what is that word? You guys got personality.
Hey, we being ourselves, man. It's an American Maroon thing.
I always have a great time when I do your show. I do some shows, man. And podcast. I'll be like, these people are really like not. They just don't. They don't do the work that's necessary to make the show a good show. You know what I mean? You do that,
man. You got to know the work. You got to know what you're talking about, man. There's a lot of people capping, man.
You do that,
and everybody can get shots. You know what I'm saying? As I'm saying, we did the ethnogenesis of the Aboriginal American.
Where's my check, man?
Man, we're gonna talk about that backstage. Why you gonna put pressure on me right now? That's the first Memorial weekend. You bring out some.
Hey guys in the audience. Hey guys in the audience, tell that guy, where's the moolah?
Cut me a check. Cut me a check, huh?
No, I'm just, I have nothing else to do. I'm cracking jokes, It's like a child. When the babies get sleepy, they play real hard because they don't want to go to sleep.
That's what you about to do.
I don't think so. I'm taking a nap, man. I'm wide awake.
You open right now. Like, usually you be like, oh, Matt, I'm ready to go. You have too much vodka and beet juice.
Now check this out. Now look, guys, you could go. We got ebooks, the dictionaries. We got ebooks. I got the library up. You can go in and read the catalog. You can read everything in my library for $9.99. We got the dictionary, hardcovers, paperbacks. We got everything you need to get up to speed on what's going on in real history. You go to the Negro Question bookstore.com. Lee Cummings. Come see me. And you can get, I'll tell you what, buy the ebook, the dictionary for $100. I'll send you a free dictionary hardcover.
You heard what he said?
Buy the ebook at the Negro Question bookstore for $100, and we'll send you a hardcover for free.
Oh, by the way, when they go to your, I got some feedback. Hold on. When they go to your joint, I'm gonna tell everybody to type in autonomous. Yeah, right. The autonomous down there, the promo code, yeah, get you on the show. I need y'all to type in autonomous, get a discount. So you can when you buy that book from them.
Well,
You
I'm
heard
giving
me?
them a discount. I mean, you getting two for the price of one.
I'm talking about the ebook part.
Oh, you don't worry about it. I
You
got
want me to cut you a check?
I
I'm
give
gonna
you
make
a
sure.
list. Oh, okay.
Give
Now
him the
you
promo code.
Now hear this guy. Now he's charging me.
Give him the promo code.
This is
man.
a true Indian right here.
Straight up. I'm
He's talking
trading.
straight
You
up.
borrowing
Who
and
is this
trading.
guy?
What you mean? I
Oh,
got
look, who is
that's
this
why I
guy?
go with first. I got that
Hey,
other side, but
you
I
should be,
was raised
you
to. That's
should
how we
write a
move.
book. You got a great imagination. You should write.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I got something coming. Don't worry about it. The spectrum is coming soon. But either way, we appreciate you, man. I'm gonna set it up, behind the scenes before I cut you a check and all that, and we get back to the next one.
Let's stop
But I
playing,
need you
man.
to
Hey, I'm
let
gonna
the
tell you
people
like
know.
you said in that movie. Don't play my emotions, Smokey.
Hey, man, it was a great time, man.
Hey, listen again.
Oh, shit.
Go to the Negro Question Bookstore, Lee Cummings. Hey man, I got everything you need. Catalogs. You go to my library. You pay $9.99. You can hang out in the library for a whole 30. You can read the whole drill.
Tap in with
But if
them.
you buy the ebook dictionary, you get it for free, and you get to join the history class.
You heard that?
Yeah, we got a lot going on, man. And we're gonna
So
come
I'ma
out with
slide,
part
man.
2, huh?
Part 2, man. It's coming.
Hey, so listen, we'll talk because I know you look like you tired this time. But
Actually,
me,
I
I'm ready
got
to
something
go.
I gotta drop. I got something I gotta drop because it's
Hey, tell the
mayhem.
brothers in the back, love, because they do a good job. They support you. I like them cats. I like all of y'all. That's real. I don't like nobody, but I like you guys.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that, man.
He put me
Tap
up, my
in with
man.
Lee Cummings, man. You see that? We gonna give you that. I told you that's love, man. Check them out. Everybody interested in information, you tap it into our podcast, and I'll make sure the Autonomous Party each and every Sunday right here.
Again,
I mean, yeah, you gonna have to go back and read them books. I'm gonna start hitting you with some
I
hard
was
ones in a
taking
minute.
notes on Lee
See, I'm
Cummings
keeping
tonight.
it surface.
Bad man.
I was keeping it surface. I was being easy on you. See, I was being easy on you on your own book.
Guys,
See, look now.
Hey, I'm out.
No.
Go ahead.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much.
Man, tell the crew I said peace. I'll see you on part 2.
Part 2 coming soon, y'all.
All right. Salute.
Peace and salute. Hey, shout out to Lee Cummings, man. But can I get that last joint? Because it's mayhem. Before we slide into the mix, I need to get this last part out. We're gonna give you a couple songs, get out of here, Blaze. You know what I mean? It's mayhem though. So I'm gonna lead with mayhem, you know what I'm saying? And it's part 3. See, the key part about part 3 mayhem is really the fact that during this time frame of 1775 and 1783, you got a group of people that I mentioned earlier. The first picture we put up on the screen tonight was showing as he broke down Lee Cummings, our guest, the red coat soldier, swarthy individual that he's calling the Hessian. You know what I'm saying? And they call these people MERIKINS. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna need you. Can you find on page? Because I know we ain't got that much time. I want to put just mayhem, some kind of understanding where we're going with this tie of connection in this time frame. On this link, though, it's going to go into a group of people, and it's a lady that actually is behind this movement. Let's shout out to the MERIKINS. That's the word you want to find on this page. That's going to give me so I can get to the right. So the sister, Akila Jaramogi, chief executive officer of the American Heritage Foundation in Trinidad and Tobago, is one of the women behind the movement. I messed her name up, right? Tobago. Okay, hey, laugh at me. Tell me the truth. I mess up all the time with this kind of thing. You know how I am. You should know. Tobago. I said Tobago. Tomato. However, I apologize for everybody out there that might be from that place. I didn't mean it that way. However the case might be, it says the gathering is all about uniting Maroons of the diaspora. The gathering is one that will bring 13 countries together. And with that, we have partners and collaborators on board outside of the Maroon Circle. But they are all coming together to continue the work that was started in 2014. The work of signing the memorandum of the understanding of to bring Maroon communities together and seek indigenous people status for all people of Maroon status of diaspora, she explained. Now, I'm going to go back up, though, because I brought this up because of this. Wait. Let's go back up. Right here. Right. Start right there. When in the beginning of it, though, because he talks about the Caribbean, but that word, right? Y'all see that word, MERIKINS, right? Now, God agree, you know, I mess up with pronunciations all the time. But when I showed that first source, was it not a American collection link spelt the same way, right? Talk about some soldiers, right, that was coming from fighting after the time frame of the American Revolution and was going into these areas called Trinidad, Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, Bahamas, over there. All right, now, boom. In context, these people from the American Revolution who was fighting on the side of the British, a lot of them left and went to these Caribbean places after they came from Europe fighting on behalf of that. It was granted land in those areas to do what they need to do. You heard? Keep it simple, right? But this sister is saying that that's part of her heritage and that they're called American Maroons, spelled with the MERIKINS. You feel me? And that's what they're calling themselves to this day in that area. How interesting. You know what I mean? Showing you the connection of what he brought up, the conversation today, and this article here, there with the mayhem on Maroons. I ain't got that much time. You know how it is. Shout out all the American Maroons. Aborigine Amakaria. You did? Through the campaign, the Thomas Party. Feel me? And all the indigenous ties that we know we have to the Americas, outside of the European ties that we talk about through genealogy. Shout out to Opie Miha and genealogy team. You already know what it is. Shout out to our social club. Shout out to all the nonprofits that we have been dealing with and institutions that we've been dealing with. We thank y'all for what y'all do. Blaze, appreciate y'all. Tap in with us next week, each and every Sunday. Mayhem, I'm telling you, I got more. Maroon Mayhem, I got one whole another week. I'm trying to go. I ain't playing. Tap in.
DJ Super Blaze is in the mix.
Still unamalgamated. Heartbeat the sound of the bass drum. Come with your best shot, I'll take one. Rumble in the jungle, I'm a lion. Stand up for your Muslim nation. Hey, for these generations, we the people lost but not forgotten. Tribal rivalry is the problem. One love the key for what we locked in. Don't call me a doctor, but I will be your medicine man. We're all from the melting pot, so everybody in the crowd is a Native American. Like me, can't you see? The enemy is a L-I-E. One family tree we are. The truth is like smoking Joe, and so far the bigger they come, the harder they fall. Bring on the giant, I'm ready to brawl. No giving up, flowing in my veins. Like a champion, I feel that I will never surrender. Walk with the soul of a warrior, I will remain a contender. Walk with the soul of a warrior, I will. I rule my Dominion. I'm part Asian, Indian, Dominican. Back to Hindu, Dravidian, so Mexicano loco, man. Yes. Egyptian fits my description. Yes. I'm training hard for the mission. Yes. I'm a country boy from the south, and mama said knock you out. I'm in the ring like the bigger they come, the harder they fall. Bring on the giant, I'm ready to brawl. No giving up, flowing in my veins. Like a champion, I feel that I will never surrender. One with the soul of a warrior, I will bump. Let me hear you say, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey, hey. One finger in the air, hey y'all, hey y'all. Somebody wanna yama see me break it down, down. Watch me break it down, down. Watch me break it down. Somebody know that yama see we break them down, down. Yeah, we break them down, down. Yeah, we break them down. The bigger they come, the harder they fall. Bring on the giant, I'm ready to brawl. No giving up, flowing in my veins. Like a champion, I feel that I will never surrender. Born with the soul of a warrior, I will remain a contender. Born with the soul of a warrior, I will. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Stand strong. Yeah, you listening to Super Blaze. Let's go.
It's the end of day. It's the end of day. End of time. My oh my, in a blaze. You can't hide. Why oh why are the kids afraid? Mama cried. Got back his bags and said bye-bye. Got back the bags and said bye-bye. It's the end of day. End of time. My oh my, in a blaze. You can't hide. Why oh why are the kids afraid? Mama cried. Got back his bags and said bye-bye. Got back the bags and said bye-bye.
Before it's all said and done, I'ma spend this money. Before it's all said and done, I'ma fuck these hoes. And I ain't pulling out shit but the chopper though. I end the week like Domingo and Sabado. No petty shit when you can see it's bigger problems, bro. But I'm a nigga, I kill you, you know how it go. Nonchalant on most occasions, apocalypse no different. They take a lot to phase them, take even more to kill them. I watch but I don't listen, a ox I'm pulling wagons. My mama birthed a nigga with the spirit of a dragon. On the last day of the calendar, I live like an assassin. I'ma pray before we go down with the planet. Drink some, smoke some, fuck some, young. Before it's all done, tell one you love one. Drink some, smoke some, fuck some. Before it's all done, tell one you love one.
When I make it to the heavens, what's the code? Do I call the phone? Security at the gate, no +1. Come all alone to race of life. I took a jog along the coast. I'm trying to cope. I raise a toast and we consulted with the Most High. He told me watch my back, front, both sides. Hit a few baddies, you never smash, for y'all both die. Let the smoke rise. Take the bodies to the crypts, and when the poor people run out of food, they can eat the rich. Plead the 4/5. Drop one. Zombies on the block. See, I come with the shot like Siaka, my pop. I got this block from my pops. It make the parking lot stop. We on the clock and time is hot ticking. Have you forgotten that it's the end of the day?
In the time, my oh my, in a blaze. Can't hide. My oh why are the kids afraid? Mama cried. Got back his bags and said bye-bye. Got back the bags and said bye-bye.
Why? It's been like apocalypse since I was on the teat. Making work for Satan, how he preyed upon the meek. Ask too many questions, do you work for the police? They took Brother Nipsey, what a pity for the streets. But won't give me stress, that's why I chief up on my tree. Disconnected from the system like Uli. Niggas out in Paris, tell them right, they tell me read. Fuck with any kinfolk, you gon' have to get through weed.
Live life in cycles. Been here before, watched the sunrise, reading the art of war. I was torn between the truth of what can save me. What is bravery? We need better defense. Who is my safety in the field when people kill family to make a play? I had 26 years on earth. I made a way from the other side, from where they popping willies to the sun go down. It's always love when I come around. It's not for nothing seen it coming since the ultrasound. A man of the cloth, cold, criminal minded, carpet on the move. Umbilical cut, force fed, all of the rules, paid all of the dues. I need the receipts, I need the
feeling like the Lord left the room. Dead bodies rising from the